are we? 22. So we'll jump in at 25 past.
Well, and welcome to Bellerive, beautiful Ninja Stadium for this round 3 clash in the Southern Football League Premier Division. Southern rivals, North Hobart, making the trip across the river to face Clarence, two teams that have started the season in pretty good touch. North Hobart in particular with back-to-back wins to start season 2025. A great litmus test for the Demons looms this afternoon. Chris Rowbottom with you in commentary this afternoon. Alongside me is Bo Down, and Bo, it should be a cracking encounter.
Yeah, it sure is. Rowie, good to be with you finally, mate. It's always look forward to commentating with some of the best in the state. So, I mean, really looking forward to this one. I mean, North Hobart, a couple of big ins. So Clarence, a younger list, but last week, nice, I believe it was. So, looking forward to seeing how these two teams match up. We both saw in the press conference earlier in the week that they're both young and exciting. So, let's see if that can come to fruition today, and we'll have a good game.
Yeah, I was particularly impressed by North Hobart last week. I got to do the stream for their game against Glenorchy, and the way that they were able to move the footy and score so efficiently was very, very impressive, and they certainly have been the surprise packet of season 2025 so far. So they've got some really, really big ins as well this afternoon. Prokopice, Sulzberger and Miller, but the headline act is Luke Dunstan, former St Kilda and Melbourne on-baller, who's playing a one-off game for the Demons this afternoon. He's got a connection at the club with his brother on the list as well. Really looking forward to seeing what sort of damage he can wreak here at Ninja Stadium this afternoon.
Yeah, we were talking yesterday off air, myself and Andrew Cooling, one of those guys who are too good for VFL but not quite good enough for AFL, and I mean today he should be racking up the touches. Speaking to the comp manager Michael Hoyle, saying it's great to have some class acts down here. It looks like Bailey Walker has won the toss and kicked to the right of screen down here towards the beach. Good conditions here as well, Rowie, isn't it? Yeah,
it is good conditions, sort of mild conditions, so not hot or warm really, but very still, blue sky, a little bit of cloud. It's a classic sort of April afternoon here in Tasmania, or here in Hobart, which is fantastic to see. So it's a very slight amount of precipitation around a little earlier, but absolutely nothing that's going to affect the outcome of this game, as we see both teams sort of going through their warm-ups and through their huddles. And I've got to say, this new generation of players coming through down south, and some of the names in this Clarence lineup, you've got Gapins and Coonies and Greens and all of these old famous Clarence names. So I'm really looking forward to seeing all of those young guns in action this afternoon. A couple of ins for Clarence as well. McGann, Johnston and Gapin into the team today, replacing Darcy Noonan. There's another one, and Ben Richmond, who are out. And the outs for North Hobart, McMurray, Mastrocola, Wright and Payne, Prokope, Sulzberger, Miller and Dunstan, as we mentioned, coming into the team this afternoon. Sulzberger, a very handy in, having represented the state earlier in the season as well. So not too far away from getting underway as the Clarence huddle breaks and makes their way to their positions. North Hobart doing the same. What's your sort of early thoughts and early prediction, Bo, in terms of how this one might pan out?
They've got a lot of younger players, Clarence. A lot of players who played in the under-18 grand final, under-16. I think Tommy Gapin might be under-16. So, I mean, just as long as both of these teams can compete. I mean, second versus third on the ladder, Rowie. So, I mean, it's shaping up to be a cracker here, and it's a pleasure to bring it to you.
Yeah, expecting some fast footy, clean ball movement, lots of speed on the ball. And as I mentioned off the top, I think this is a litmus test for North Hobart, who have back-to-back wins to start this season. Kingborough and Glenorchy, their early scalps. And I just wonder if 2025 is the year of the Demon. Games like this afternoon are certainly the ones that they'd love to take care of to prove that they are the real deal in season 2025. So too Clarence, coming off that 29-point defeat of Kingborough last week. Josh Green, the old hand, had 4 majors. He'll be a handful again this afternoon. So all set to get underway here at Ninja Stadium. Clarence and North Hobart, round 3 action. Southern Football League Premier Division. Umpire in the middle, players at the ready. Bo Downham, I'll hand it over to you for the opening bouts.
Mapley and Janes will be in the ruck. Norton, Harper and Protney in there for them, as well as Dunstan starting the middle. Reeves also. And Lapham. He had a good game last week, Lapham. You were doing that game, Rowie, and he looked the part. So, not too long before the first bounce here. Nice afternoon at Ninja Stadium. It's a second versus third clash. Live from Bellerive. As we just wait for the umpires to get this one underway. A couple of minutes early. He's supposed to be starting at 1:30. They're out there a bit early, so just to get the nerves feeling a little bit better. Umpire Mark Tuckett to throw this one up. Janes and Mapley. 2 big ruckmen. Janes winning the tap down. Dunstan near first possession. Mapley flicked the hand pass off to Harper, who's playing in the middle today. Over the head of Propotny, but nice pressure displayed again by the Demons in the way of Bingham. And we'll see a ball up on this outer wing.
So no real foray forward for either team at this stage. Janes, who was so dominant last week, hit out down into the path of Reeves, who couldn't quite gather. Mapley over the top of him, loose footy. Here's Harper, shovels out a handball. He's got a runner on the outside. They're going to move this by hand across the ground. It's nicely done here by Clarence, and a chance for them now. Here they go through the middle of the ground. Dispossessed was McGann. Back the other way now through Barrow. The Demons is a man all alone inside 50, getting some separation. And Caswell takes the chest mark. He was impressive last week against Glenorchy with a couple of majors, and he has a chance to strike first blood in the early stages of the first term here.
Yeah, costly turnover by again, wasn't it?
Here's Caswell, who'll kick from just inside 50. Looks like he'll need every little bit of length he can get, and he makes absolutely no mistake. Beautifully struck from Sam Caswell. It's North Hobart kick, the first major of the afternoon. They're off to a flyer here at Bellerive. One straight. Clarence yet to score.
And what would you expect, Rowie? Last week they scored 71 points from turnover, North Hobart. So, I mean, starting off where they left off on Saturday against Glenorchy out at KG5. It's a star-studded midfield in there. Jared Harper moved to the midfield. He's played back, he's played forward, now in the midfield. So he is a utility, that's for sure. James has been good in the ruck as well for North Hobart. Since coming down last year, he didn't have the season he would have liked. I think he got dropped a couple of times as well, so good to see him up and firing as we go back into the middle. Mapley and James. James will tap this one down. Mapley through the hands at him. The hand pass received out, but really wrapped up by Harper. Not moving anywhere. James, the hands at him. Reeves at the bottom of the pack. Flip the hand pass off to Propney. Off to Cooney, sending them inside forward 50. Their first look of the day. Green was looking to crumble. It'll end up really getting it. McLeod flicking it out in some space. Off to Brody Speed, who kicked 3 last week on debut. Boundary line beats all comers. You can see the throw in just on the arc of 50. Clarence.
Right half forward for the Roos. In over the umpire's head, James and Mapley. James to the front, just ripped it out of the ruck. Couldn't win a clean possession. They work it through hands here, the Roos. Harper involved. Inside 50 they go. Over the back, Green lurking. Gathered cleanly. He'll kick this. Round the body. No, he won't. That's a soda for a player of the quality of Josh Green, but he misses a golden opportunity to get Clarence on the board. A minor score.
Josh Green missing that one. The thrower out of half back. Do it for the D's. Long kick to this outer wing. The fly is fly. James is at the front of the pack and will get rewarded for it. Umpire called play on though. Advantage still tight along the boundary. Kilpatrick. A little bit of speed by Bingham. Left foot kick inside forward 50. Yates was a target. Hanging out the back though was Miller. One of those definitely premiership players last year for Clarence. Get the free kick streaming off half back now. Kick was intended, but Reeves cut it off. Done good. McGuinness. In there was Glover. A few Roos that did stay last year. Glover. Pressure displayed by McCallum. Hugging the boundary line inside in the phone booth. McCallum. Rather Davey. We'll see. Ball up right in front of us in the commentary position.
So good fast footy. Early stages of this first term where North Hobart hold a 5-point advantage. Up it goes. James again just knocked it toward the boundary, and we'll have another ball in right in front of our broadcast position. Nice little crowd in as well. And the Ricky Ponting stand here at Bellerive. And it comes once more. James and Mapley. It was Mapley over the top, but straight to James, who just had a swing and a miss, and now it's Norton out of the congestion, carves himself a path and sends a high ball to left half forward. Fist came from McGuinness out to green grass. Clarence have the numbers. Harper now with a chance. Will pump the Roos inside 50. There's a one-on-one he liked the look of at the back. There's a free kick here. It's going to go Clarence's way. It might have actually bounced through. Either way, it'll be a goal to Clarence. It might have been Green who got a toe onto the ball on the line, or it might have been attributed to Harper, who sent the ball inside 50. Either way, it's all elementary because Clarence take a 1-point advantage with their first major of the afternoon. 1-1-7 the Roos, North Hobart 1 straight 6, and they look dangerous when they started to move the footy through hands. Bo Downham.
Yeah, it's free-flowing football at the moment, Rowie, and you can't really ask for more. Both teams, Hobart 2-0. Two teams Lauderdale as well. So, Mackley, who was in the ruck, go again against James. Up down by Mackley, who had the reach over Norton. Trotney in there. Again was Brickle. He's done well, but that pass was only cut off by McCallum. Streaming forward again. Josh Green out the back, nearly taking a one-handed mark. Back forms, and the ball will be going nowhere inside forward 50. It'll be a ball up. Too far away from goal. The big boys doing the ruck battle. Joe McGann, good cricketer as well. Tap down by McGann. Off the hands of Ferguson. Slips it off to Glover out the back. Left foot kick is good. 2 goals consecutively to Clarence. Glover did well. Put that kick away just in the nick of time. They get their second rowie.
Yeah, nice clean finish from Glover, who was involved last week with 3 majors against Kingborough, so he's on the board this afternoon. Nice left foot snap, rolled it through, and every time they've gone inside 50, they've looked very dangerous. Have Clarence, Josh Green involved 3 times now, and they get out to an early jump, 2-1-13 to 1 straight, after North Hobart kicked the first of the afternoon. So good footy unfolding here in beautiful conditions at Ninja Stadium. And I wonder if there's a slight little headache for the North Hobart defence early in this game. Back in the middle we go. James once again, beautiful tap, but it was sharked wonderfully by Paprotny, who just weaved his way through. Inside 50 they go again. Another free kick, and this will go the way of Clarence. I think there was a push. And Josh Green is wreaking havoc up forward for the Roos in the early stages of this game. This will be his 4th direct involvement. And from 35 metres out, directly in front, Josh Green wouldn't miss too many of these. So we think he has one to his name after that first initial goal. This for a potential second. He just leant back on the kick. The players out in the middle told the story. He pumps the fist and puts through his second. So Clarence moved to 3-1-19. North Hobart 1 straight 6. An early advantage here. Clarence with the last 3 of the game after North Hobart kicked the opener.
Yeah, good call, Rowie. Green has looked on fire to start this game off. A bit of a headache down there in the forward 50 for them. Good. So 3-1-19 to 1-0-6. Kick the opener with North Hobart. Hasn't really gone out in there forward 50 all that much. Tapped down by James. Gunston still hasn't got his hand on the football. Reeves wanted to play on. Umpire told him back because it was a free kick for Baxter Norton, who can drill them long inside. Just on the arc of 50. McGann came out to take it, got spun around in the tackle, flipped the hand pass off and was out in front of Nick Steele, who forward.
Might have been some late
back
holding going on there.
So free kick to Joe McGann. Just a low bullet. Reeves got the fist in. It was high and up and under from Barrow, but he's out of tarmac, bounced over the boundary line. Out on the full free kick. Good. He's going inside forward 50. Coach Grant Fagan pretty impressed with the start that his young troops have had. So Steele, the launch pad now. We'll send a high long kick inside forward 50. James with an intercept mark, and I'm trying to repel from full back.
Deep in defence is James. Short ball is good. Here is Dunstan. So used to rack it up at VFL and AFL level, but maybe the knock was his level or quality of disposal. And kicks to a pack on this occasion. This will be a free kick going the way of Clarence. So some prohibited contact in the marking contest, and another chance for the Roos here just forward of centre wing on the outer side. It was a wobbly old ball that didn't end up penetrating the forward 50. Getting through it might have been Harper, who was taken high, and the free kick count would have to be 10 to about 1. Yeah. North Hobart very sloppy in the early stages of this game. Harper, a veteran of this Clarence setup. He'll kick from 55 or so if he elects to take a shot.
He'll have the distance, Rowie, I reckon.
He's going to poke a pass inside 50. There's a man all alone. It's Cooney in a paddock. Marks easily on his chest, and he straightens the angle, shortens the distance, and Cooney can kick for a fourth straight Clarence goal. So Daniel Cooney in the long sleeves, of course. Across the pane of 50, on the runway. Sets this one on its way, just missing to the near side. So a minor score. But Clarence continue to tick over the scoreboard. And they bring it in from fullback to the Demons. Barrow takes the mark.
Barrow's been good off half-back to start this game off. Going out wide. Finds a teammate. Leading up nicely was Kilpatrick. 2 bites of the cherry. Umpire called a hold. So, trapped on this outer wing as I'll send it in the direction. Crocker piece. Wheeling and going. Driving them inside forward 50 at Clarence. The outnumber. Just spills to the ground. Out of defence is good from Green. He's worked up to the ground. Kick from Johnston. The inclusions. Johnson off to Blake Harper. In the switch. Harper to Jackman. Kick wasn't great, but had a little way of Bush. Back now to Walters. There we go. Long down the line. Umpire has plucked a free kick. It's been a one-sided contest to start this game off in the free kick count, right?
Certainly has. Clarence on the better side of the ledger. There's no doubt about that. And they've got another one here. As they kick towards right half forward. Coming through was Cooney. Couldn't gather it cleanly. I think that was Poke who just got a ball out side of defensive 50, but only as far as Richmond, who flares it wide. Clarence can reload once more. Oh, there was no one within cooey of Bailey Walker. He just let it hit the deck. He had more time than he thought. It eventually spills free. Hacked out of the congestion. What can North Hobart do here? Can they make something of a rare foray? No, it's going to come back and back with interest. Here's Gapin outside of the right boot. Big fly down the back. Oh, and a good mark taken. Well, if it wasn't a mark, it was going to be a free kick. And another shot on goal coming up via speed. And we're going to see a 50-metre penalty as well. So some afters from North Hobart. And this is not the start the Demons would have liked. Speed, he's marched all the way to the goal line. He slams it home, and Clarence have 4 in a row.
And a goal by Speed there. He's definitely looked the part at the level. 3 goals last week from Brody Speed on debut. Another one of these younger Clarence players who are making their way on the big stage. So back into the middle now, Janes and Mapley. They've gone and contested a couple of times already. Neither ruckman really decisively hitting it down. Clearance going the way of North Hobart. It might have been Dunstan. Ball goes to half forward. Half kick just in search of a teammate. Hits up. So-called teammate in Jack Miller. Another one of these Dev League Premiership players are out there today. They've got a couple of them. So Jack Miller will take a fair roost just on the arc of 50. And here goes. Long raking kick. It's working its way back, but it'll go across the face of goal for a behind. So 1-2-8 it should be now. Rather 1-1-7 as they launch their way out of defence. Clarence to this outer wing. Nice strong mark taken by Max Mapley on the half-back flank for Clarence. Looks corridor, but the kick just got turned over. It found Salzburg on one of the ins today. Kick was good to Kilpatrick. Just got it on the half volley though. Tackling him was McGuinness. And we'll see a ball up on the half forward flank.
Yeah, Sulzberger, one of these 4-ins for North Hobart today. Just made Kilpatrick work a little harder than he would have liked, but a chance here for Reeves. Off hands. Had an open path to goal. Missed one he'd normally kick, did Reeves. He was magnificent last week, but just sprays this one across the face. Chance goes begging for the Demons. A minor score only. So Clarence with the early jump here. 4-2-26, plays 1-2-8. Out of full back come the Roos. Finding from the side was Gapin. Poke got the handball away. Here's Harper just trying to shrug off a couple of Demons. He's gone. Caswell was the second tackler. And he'll get the free kick, or will it be McGuinness? Either way, North Hobart have it. 2 kicks from goal. Nice looking kick to a lead, and it's a nice take by Bingham on the second bite. Strong hands. And Josh Bingham will kick for North Hobart's second. He was a standout performer last week as well with a couple of majors. He kicked 4 the week before that, and is really having a wonderful start to season 2025.
And just that lead out again. It's looked good when it's gone down there, Rowie. They haven't really looked too bad. I mean, they've made the most of their opportunities considering it hasn't gone down there a whole lot. So, big goal. Just to get them back into the game and feel like the pressure's back on Clarence.
So to cut the margin back to an even 2 goals. Bingham from about 45. Sinks the shoe into it. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good indeed. Just what the doctor ordered for the Demons. We've got a 2-2-14. Still trailing Clarence 4-2-26. We've got a good game on our hands here at Ninja Stadium. Bruised by 2 goals. Deep into the first term.
He's definitely improved from last year. I'm not sure if you watched a whole lot of him last year, Rowie, but he was sort of on the fringe a little bit. I think he played a couple of Dev League games that worked his way back in, and he wasn't a known goal kicker, but now he's one of the spearheads down there who they can really target going forward for the Ds. It's good to see the development of these young Ds who are out there today.
Had some really impactful time in the midfield last week too against Glenorchy.
So, again, Mapley snapping it down to the advantage for Protney. Does well. Had Harper. He didn't elect to go to him. He'll go out in front of us in the commentary side. Out in front now of Johnston. Flick the hand pass over the top. The skipper in Norton. This is a nice build-up. Takes one bounce. Pokes hunting him down. Sells the candy from 50. Kickers near the advantage of Josh Green out the back, but it didn't quite get to him. Nice ball movement by Clarence. We'll see a ball up on the teeth of goal.
That's the class of Norton, isn't it? To just that little step inside and get something happening.
Watch Glover on the move here. Tap down. Harper was the intended recipient of it. Reeves did well just to nudge him out of it. Snap got smothered by McGuinness from Protney. Hot in the kitchen. It is. Kick might be coming back though by way of Mapley. On the wing. Edging towards our forward from the launch pad. Sends him inside forward 50. A couple of Ds. Just out the back. Johnston spoiling it. Poke happy to see that one over the line.
Oh, Johnston was perfectly placed. He just spilt the beans at the last second. It would have been a terrific Crummers goal. Just unable to bring it under his control. They live to fight another day to the Demons. 4-3-27. Clarence, nice kick up the middle here to Pepin, who marks on his chest. He had Sulzberger streaming for him into the middle. That's making a teammate work in Reeves, who just claimed it and showed it to the umpire. He pokes it into the middle. It was laced with some danger. Now he puts Walker under the pump. He has to go and find it at ground level. They might get out of jail here, though, the Demons. Here goes Sulzberger through the middle of the ground. He got his touch eventually. Inside 50 go the Demons again. Kilpatrick the target. Almost a really good defensive mark taken in front. Wasn't to be. Round the corner goes Caswell. End-to-end footy from the Demons. A beautiful finish, and he kicks his second. And once they just eyed the corridor and went hunting for that straight down the line finish, they found it, and Caswell put the cherry on top. They cut the margin back to 7. 4-3-27 Clarence. North Hobart 3-2-20. Their best passage of the day, Bo Downham.
Yeah, very, very good call for you, Rowie. Just end to end, as you said. And they couldn't lay a finger on them. Clarence, it was a deft touch by Salzburger just to put it out in some space for him to run onto. And then they were away. So back to a 7-point lead to the Roos. They're coming now, North Hobart. We have a nice ball game on our hands here at Ninja Stadium. James just spiked it out of midair. Yates coming out to meet the football. 2 Clarence players take him in the tackle and holding the football, which was maybe a light call to Clarence.
Sort of a new interpretation. If you've got one sort of arm free, that counts as your prior.
So Paprotny now to send them to half forward, just spilling marks. At the moment, Clarence. Glover was waiting for the hand pass out. Norton's in and under. On all fours was Burrows. Sends it out in front of a teammate who just gets tackled at the wrong time. And we'll see the ball up into red time here at Ninja Stadium. Mapley, nice service down to send them inside forward 50, and Green out the back, pushed his man underneath it. Ferguson was caught in no man's land there, and using the strength of his ability, Josh Green, who's fit and firing, who we think has got one, two. Well, he's actually got 2. We think he's got 2.
He's got at least one.
At least one. So this to look for his 3rd. And just to extend it out now to 13. Green, he shouldn't really miss this one. Makes no mistake of it. Green with his presumed 3rd, but definitely has 2 at least as we go out to a 13-point lead here at Ninja Stadium.
Yeah, we'll call it 3 and correct ourselves later if need be. But what I've really liked from Clarence is their ability to just put the footy to Josh Green's advantage every time. So they're seeing Josh Green sort of move one way or the other or get out the back, and they've been able to identify that really early and put it to his advantage, and he's been in the right spot, and it's not by coincidence. It's because his midfielders are looking after him. But a player of his quality, you get it into his hands, he's going to finish for you, and he has on 3 occasions so far this afternoon. So out to a 13-point break here are the Roos. As we go again out of the middle, might have been some holding here. And there was. This will go to Harper. So another free kick for the Roos. North Hobart being disciplined in this first term. Harper, high ball, inside 50. North Hobart have the numbers. Green the target once again, and he infringes on this occasion. So a free kick going the way of Walker.
Obviously losing a couple of their key forwards. Clarence.
He shares it with Barrow by hand, who just left it behind momentarily, but then found Dunstan as the outlet. McLeod running in support, received the handball, kicks up the line to Pepin. It was well weighted, and Pepin marks on his chest. Centre wing, out of sight. His kick is misdirected. Harper gets in the way. He's had a really good first term as the veteran. He'll come in board now. Clarence looked to produce something off half back. Gaping marks in the middle of the ground. Had to stretch, but reeled it in. Scans the field up ahead. Pokes one inside 50. Again to the advantage of Green. It was a little shove on Walker. Was maybe lucky not to give away the free kick. Come out the back to Barrow, who's had a bit of it too. Rolling ball to the outer side. Pepin just has to paddle it and wait for it. Does so eventually. Bingham in support. Shows it one way, then the other. Takes on the tackler. Now handballs it to nobody in particular. They've turned it over here, the D's. Short ball to Richmond is good. And they get it moving by hand through the middle. Inside 50 they go again. Where's Green? He's got a 2-on-1 to contend with. Walker over the back. Procopiece now arrives. Gets it onto the boot. Just hacks it to green grass. It eludes the Clarence player in Paprotny, and the Demons will get away with it. Up the line they come. 1-on-1s across the ground. Good contest. Clarence will win the day. Shared by hand. Slide fumble, and now the Demons will turn it over. Sulzberger now. A man inside 50. I think it was Kilpatrick. Brought it down. Tunneled the handball. Caswell for a third.
Wow.
Wells at Goldwood. What a passage of play. It had a little bit of everything. And the Sam Caswell finish was exceptional to top it all off. He kicks a third. And that was electric footy from both teams. 4-2-26 go the Demons. They're back in this one. Clarence 5-3-33 deep into the first term. I've got to catch my breath bow down him.
I'll give you a chop out, Rowie, because that was a brilliant call by you. I mean, they just didn't give up, did they, North Hobart? And that would really please the coach out of Bester. I mean, just the willpower to keep surging it forward. Wasn't the prettiest of stuff, and you thought that Clarence had won that contest, but North Hobart just kept willing and willing. And really instrumental stuff there by Caswell to get his third. Off the hands of James. Here is Dunstan bursting out through the middle. Left foot centering kick to Kilpatrick. This came from behind. It was swift and nice by Jackman. Turnover now. Out in front of a teammate. Harper, though, mopping up at fullback. Out to Steele. Does well to set himself under it. And Sulzberger coming to him. Steele. Tumbling mark taken by Walters. Walters now called to play on. Just has to dump a kick down the line. A couple of flyers fly. Taking a diving slip mark. Nearly was Richmond, but Barrow out the back. Back to James. Intercepted. Cooney was there. High tackle it was. Paid against Brody's speed. So, hot in the kitchen. It's really ramping up here at Ninja Stadium. Kicking to the middle of the ground. I think that's Barrow to drive them forward once more. High up and under kick, but the mark was just dropped by that Clarence player. Volta out to Paprotny. Harper had a bit of time just to regather his thoughts. Out wide to Gapin. Standing underneath it though. I think it might be Pepin. Kick in to Procopiece. In the middle of Ninja Stadium. Not too much to go to. A couple of spares behind the ball for Clarence. Even up the numbers now. High flies, lands in the lap of Dunstan. Shrugs one. Nearly gets mown down. Norton. Nice piece of defensive play by Clarence. Kick out was good there from McCallum. And they're going to run again.
They're on the near side here, moving it beautifully. Clarence, Green the target, strong mark. That's a good battle forming between him and Walker. Green with the chocolate so far. Takes another good mark and then sends Clarence inside 50. They fight over it to the Clarence duo. Handball off to Harper. This would be some finish. It's across the face. Yes. A minor score. But when they get moving, this Clarence team, they look electric and dangerous.
Losing our breath here, Rowie. It's been going from end to end.
It's been high-octane footy. 8 points the margin. A cracker unfolding here at Ninja. Now to full-back come the Demons. To the commentary wing. Big fist over the top from Mapley. And it'll be thrown in. So Max Mapley in the ruck today. He played as a key defender in that state game against Norwood down at Kingborough in the pre-season. He had a very, very tough task against the likes of Jackson Callow and the like, and he's back in the ruck today. Beautifully sharped here by Dunstan, who releases a runner in Sulzberger. Looks inside, but then goes further afield, inside 50. Wanted Miller as the target. Numbers here with the Demons. Yates put Miller under the pump. Johnston laid a big tackle where they'll be all wrapped up. 40 out from North Hobart's goal.
Well and truly into red time. 28 minutes and some change gone. Nearly ticking over into 29. Yates, Mapley in the ruck. Reeves had a couple of goes at it. High free kick going away with Clarence. Away of Max Gapin. A couple of well-named Roos going at it. Strong mark taken there by Johnston. Kicks into the corridor. Hands it off to Cooney. Bit of run and dash. Back to Gapin. But just got hunted down at the wrong time. It was the right idea, but not the greatest execution by the Roos. Back in North Hobart's hands. Kicks it off now to Miller. Driving kick inside forward 50. Standing at the back though was McGuinness. Snap on goal from Reeves. Coming back. It got there. Reeves with his first of the afternoon. It was a good snapping kick. It worked its way back. And back to 2 points here at Ninja Stadium, Rowie. Great stuff by the Ds.
Yeah, what a wonderful crumbing goal from Tom Reeves, who has been one of the players of the competition so far this year. Just class written all over that finish. From gathering the footy to getting it onto his boot was about 0.25 of a second. And he is a very, very good player indeed. He kicks his first of the afternoon, 2-point ball game. I tell you what, this is high-quality footy here at Ninja Stadium.
Dunstan's just starting to work his way into it.
Up Up it goes. Here is Dunstan. Just eluded him on this occasion. Paprotny comes away with it. Turns inside. Now goes inside 50 for the Roos, but getting back with courage. It's Ferguson taking a really nice mark. And he comes to the near wing. He wants Miller. Fist over the top from Harper was good. And it coincides with the quarter-time siren. A pulsating start to this round 3 fixture here at Ninja Stadium. Clarence 5-4-34. North Hobart 5-2-32. Clarence, well, North Hobart kicked the first, and then Clarence kicked the next 4, and then North Hobart hit back after that to reel it in to just a 2-point margin at the first break. The goal kickers for you for Clarence, 3 to Josh Green, we believe. One of those was maybe contested, but we'll give him 3 for now. And singles to Glover and Speed. Well, for North Hobart, Sam Caswell at the other end, he was electric with 3 first quarter majors. Reeves and Bingham with the other 2. So a 2-point advantage to Clarence. First break here at Ninja Stadium, 5-4-34. They lead North Hobart 5-2-32. We might take a short break, Bo, and be back in a few minutes' time for the second term. How do I turn those off? Impressive last week against Glenorchy with a couple of majors, and he has a chance to strike first blood. He'll kick from just inside 50. Looks like he'll need every little bit of length he can get, and he makes absolutely no mistake. Beautifully struck from Sam Caswell. It's North Hobart kick. The first major, and they work it through hands here, the Roos. Harper involved. Inside 50 they go. Over the back, Green lurking. Gathered cleanly. He'll kick this. Round the body. No, he won't. That's a soda for a player of the quality of John. Swing and a miss, and now it's Norton out of the congestion. Carves himself a path and sends a high ball to left half forward. Fist came from McGuinness out to green grass. Clarence have the numbers. Harper now with a chance. Will pump the Roos inside 50. There's a one-on-one he liked the look of at the back. There's a free kick here. It's going to go Clarence's way. It might have actually bounced through. Either way, it'll be a goal to Clarence.
Again, good cricketer as well. Down, bowling again. Hands of Ferguson, slips it off to Glover at the back. Left foot kick is good. 2 goals consecutively to Clarence. Glover did well.
Shot wonderfully by Paprotny, who just weaved his way through. Inside 50 they go again. Another free kick, and this will go the way of Clarence. I think that was a push. First initial goal for a potential second. He just let back on the kick. The players out in the middle told the story. He pumps the fist and puts through his second. So Clarence moves to 3-1-19.
Kick inside forward 50. James is that mark, and Repel pull back.
Deep in defence is James. Take a shot. He's going to poke a pass inside 50. There's a man all alone. It's Cooney. Across the pane of 50 on the runway. Sets this one on its way, just missing to the near side. So a minor score. But Clarence continue to tip it. Outside of the right boot. Big fly down the back. Oh, and a good mark taken. Well, if it wasn't a mark, it was going to be a free kick. Line slams it home, and Clarence had 4 in a row.
All those to half forward. That kick just in search of his teammate. Hit him up.
So from goal. Nice looking kick to a lead, and it's a nice take by Bingham on the second bite to an even 2 goals. Bingham from 45, sinks the shoe into it. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good indeed. Just what the doctor ordered for the Demons. We go to 2-2-14.
Johnston with the hair pass over the top. Let's give room north. This is a nice build up. Takes one down. Post punching it down. Sells the candy from 50. Kickers needing advantage. Josh Green at the back, but he didn't quite get to him. Nice ball movement by Clarence. We'll see a ball up on the piece of golf.
That's the class of Norton, isn't it? Just that little...
Edging towards forward from the launch pad. Sends him inside 450. A couple of Ds just out the back. Johnston spoiling it. Probably happy to see that one over the line.
Oh, Johnston was turbined at ground level. They might get out of jail here though, the Demons. Here goes Sulzberger through the middle of the ground. He's got his touch eventually. Inside 50 go the Demons again. Kilpatrick the target. Almost a really good defensive mark taken in front. Wasn't to be. Round the corner goes Caswell. End-to-end footy from the Demons. A beautiful finish, and he kicked his second. And one stage,
So for Cottney now to send them to half forward, just stealing mark. At the moment, Clarence, Mapley, nice service down to send them inside forward 50, and Green out the back, pushed his man underneath it. Ferguson was caught. Green, he shouldn't really miss this one. Makes no mistake of it. Green with his pursuing third, but definitely has two at least as we go out.
One-on-ones across the ground. Good contest. Clarence will win the day. Shared by hand. Slide fumble, and now the Demons will turn it over. Sulzberger now. A man inside 50. I think it was Kilpatrick. Brought it down. Tunneled the handball. Caswell for a third.
Wow.
Rolls at Goldwood. What a passage of play. It had a little bit of everything. And the Sam Caswell...
Back in North Hobart's hands. Kicks it off now to Miller. Driving kick inside forward 50. Standing at the back though was McGuinness. Snap on goal from Reeves. Coming back. It got there. Reeves with his first of the afternoon. It was a good snapping kick. It worked its way back. And back to 2 points.
Almost good to go for the second term here at Ninja Stadium. Spectators and club officials making their way off the ground as the players make their way to their positions. Pulsating first term of footy. 5-4-34 the Roos, North Hobart 5-2-32. Not much separating these two teams. It's been a really good contest, high quality and fast footy. Progress score from KG5, where Lauderdale lead Glenorchy 5-1-31 to 0 goals 3. So the Bombers having a good start to the season. Both of these two teams as well. North Hobart looking to go 3-0 after today. Clarence looking to go 2-1 for season 2025. And they're well matched so far. So back underway here at Ninja. Mapley and James, as they did all through the first term, contest the ruck. It'll be Clarence winning the first possession. Norton, he was taken high. He might have been a little bit lucky because he just ducked into that one and the tackle lingered from Dunstan. So Norton gets things moving for Clarence. Deep ball inside 50. Green the target as he has been so often. Off the fist was Sulzberger. Took it cleanly. Had to retreat momentarily, kick up the line. Well, it was a double grabber from Mapley and he couldn't hang on. Dunstan came through and then it was Sulzberger, and this might be off the boot of Gapin and out on the full. Might be indeed, and this will be a North Hobart free kick on the centre wing, outer side, right in front of the hill. And a couple of spectators have set up shop for the afternoon. And it'll be Caswell who kicked 3 in that first term to get things back underway.
So Caswell to send them forward once more. High raking kick, but only as far as Mapley will take the intercept mark. Looking to switch and open up the ground. He has a teammate out in Harper. That's where he goes. Harper just over the head, missed the kick. Reeves is going to try onto it. Mopping up though is Richmond. Does well Reeves again, but taking in the tackle. In fact, it was Johnston there. So we'll see a ball up. It's just over the arc of 50. 2 points separate them at the moment. Tapped down by Kilpatrick. Caswell. Harper, happy to see him over the boundary line for another throw-in. Umpires have been busy to start this game off. It'll be a couple of undersized ruckmans going at it. Pepin in and under was Bricknell. Didn't get any clear kick away. And it'll be a free kick going the way of Caswell.
He's been busy, hasn't he? Been in absolutely everything, Sam Caswell.
So Caswell will take a pretty good kick from this angle and the distance as well. We'll have to see. It wouldn't surprise me. He's already got 3 to his name. Running around the arc, sells a candy on Johnson, running, but just hindered with, and it'll be out of the full.
Bit off a little more than he could chew on that occasion, did Caswell. But when you're running hot, why not? 3 in the first term, he wanted a 4th, didn't he? And able to make something work. Clarence will come away with it. Out of the back pocket, players fly. It's the hands of Richmond. Here he is again, ripped off the footy. Ruse ball, up the line they come. They got numbers. Green flies, takes the mark. Glover provides some run. Away goes one way, then the other. He hemmed himself in. A little win there for Walker. Oh, really good effort going back. Procopiece didn't take the mark, but he just did enough to earn himself a free kick. So it was Glover coming back the other way. Avoided a really dangerous and heavy collision. Here's Lapham. Bricknell now will sweep things across the ground. And Barrow takes the mark and takes the bounce. Bounds out of defensive 50. Goes to the outer side. There's some interference here. This will be a Clarence free kick. So they're away with the Demons. A little poke over the top is good. Davey tries to spear one inboard, but Dunstan's in the road. He takes the intercept mark, and now the Demons have a chance.
Dunstan, Reeves just dropped it, put himself under a little bit of pressure, but Sulzberger will mop it up and kick out wide. Spots up a teammate. Drilling ball inside, forward 50, genuine one-on-one. Johnson did well, flicked the hand pass off to Steele, and we'll see a ball up deep inside, forward 50 for the D's. Hot contested football to start this second quarter off. Mapley falls into the hands of Breen, who just sends him down the line. A couple of North Hobart jerseys, but fisted out by Clarence. Poke with a big bump. Does well. Straight back up, though, is Bush. Tough nut, that's for sure. Off to Cooney. Just drills the ball in the direction of Josh Green. Walker with the fist from behind. Does well. Breen flicks it off to Green, and he's hindered with. Josh Green will get another free kick. And maybe for number 4, Roy.
Yeah, that was really stiff. I thought Bailey Walker did very well then to get a fist and to affect that contest. Umpire disagreed.
So Josh Green for a supposed 4th goal here. Early into this second term. No mistake of it. That's 4 for Josh Green. And he's really starting to help out down in the forward line. They're a smaller forward line, but you only really need one taller player to bring it to ground. But Josh Green, he uses his body so well, Rowie, that he acts like that. Not a big marking forward, but he can always move his body around and get the space on an opponent.
Yeah, he's clearly a veteran these days, is Josh Green, but you can tell he's still a player that did 5 or 6 AFL pre-seasons. He's very, very strong, very crafty, and his goal sense is second to none. Good little battle forming between him and Bailey Walker, but Green with 4 majors certainly has the better of things at the moment. Walker may be unlucky to have conceded the free kick, but the Roos get the first of the second term. They're back out to an 8-point advantage. Norton just bustles his opponent off the ball. Here's Cooney through the middle of Bellring. He's got a man all alone. Snap around the corner to the teeth of goal. Offhand. Chance here for the Roos around the bottom. Good finish. And they add another one by the boot of Speed, who kicks his second. And it's 2 in a row for Clarence, who get back out to a mini break. 7:4:46 the Roos, North Hobart 5:2:32. They've started the second term as they started the first bow down.
Yeah, he's looked good, Brody Speed. I mean, especially only playing his first game of football, or senior football last week, Rowie, against a pretty good Clarence team, Kingborough team rather. But it just goes out to a 14-point lead. Hoping Dunstan can start to work his way into this, be powerful through the midfield to set them up going forward. James, here is Dunstan on cue, breaks through the Protney tackle. High kick intended for Volta, does well though. Gapin, McGuinness trying to mop this one and tap it out in front of himself. Might have been holding, umpire called it. And I think it might be a free kick, is it? Who would have afters go on here? McGuinness has just happened to take the kick. Looking for his first of the afternoon. One of these state players does the unselfish thing. Kicks it off to Salzburger. Jumped in front of Dunstan and he'll go for his first. In the draft academy last year. Didn't get picked up, but powerful footballer. Only 19 years of age or so. So Salzburger crosses the arc of 50. It's got a pretty good roost on it. And it gets there in the end. He gets his first. North Hobart get their sixth. And the umpire has called a free kick from somewhere. Still a little bit of afters going on here, Rowie, and free kick to someone in the middle.
Yeah, this would be a free kick for some high contact. Looks like it's going the way of Clarence as the players flood back into the Clarence forward 50.
Hot on the whistle today, the umpires.
So they kick the goal, but then give the ball back to right half forward. They're lining up here. Here's Davey into the pocket. Oh, it's an absolute potato sack. The ball dribbles out. He wanted green, but no good's going to come of a kick like that. And it goes for a ball in. So into the Clarence attacking zone. Let's go at it again on this occasion. At the forwards, Paprotny. Tight on the boundary. Sends it goalward. It's just missing to the near side. A minor score for Paprotny.
Looked pretty good. Off the boot, it was just starting to drift back. But didn't eventuate into anything. So 9 points now. Hasn't really spread out to much more than that. Parking it under himself was McGann. 2 bites of the cherry, James. McGann got mauled. Off again now to Walters, who drives them inside forward 50. Green impacting the mark. Does well to get the crumb push. Off to Paprotny. He might have a second shot on goal. Makes another mistake, but centres it. Does well to kick it to the teammate. Called to play on. Snap around the corner. And does well, the Clarence Roos. They get another one coming by way of Harry Richmond. It was just a nice squaring kick. Paprotny, I reckon he'd like to say it was squaring. But Richmond gets his first.
Well, he had the first shot from the boundary that missed to the near side, and then the second one, he probably overcompensated, but we'll call it a pass because all's well that ends well. So they get out to a 15-point advantage here, the Roos. 8:5:53 to 6:2:38. 10.5 gone in this second term. Entertaining contest. There's been a little bit of heat. There's been some good skills and some clean finishes in front of goal as well. So smashed out of the ruck here by Mapley. Sulzberger in off the wing, just brings it under his control eventually. Had some support in Devine running off half back. Got it to him. He kicked towards half forward. Nice contested mark taken by Volta, who's been pretty quiet this afternoon after an impressive outing last week. Sulzberger starting to really work himself into this game. He's got Reeves riding shotgun. Kicks inside 50 now. One of the target of Yates, but just eluded his fingertips and rolls out of bounds for a ball in the left forward pocket. So once their big sort of names get involved, things tend to happen for North Hobart, and I'm liking this quarter from Sulzberger. In it comes. Over the back it goes. McGuinness first there. Took a while to get down low. His handball went only as far as Bingham, who had time to find Sulzberger. Missed his boot. Coming through was Davey. Rolling handball. Devine in the road. He takes the footy and he's claimed. And the Glover tackle will have a ball up on the edge, the centre square at true centre half forward for the Demons.
James again tapping it down. Silver service. Caswell might just stroll in and do it himself. He did do it himself, but only by way of a point. Kicking this one back in for the Roos, I think is Harper. So Harper, he sends it long raking left foot, kicks Sulzberger, stood underneath it. Walker impacted it. Cooney takes Reeves in a tackle, and we'll see a ball up. Coach of the academy team this year, Tom Reeves and Callum Kilpatrick, didn't go quite to plan against Mornington Peninsula, but good academy out at North Hobart. Certainly some young blood coming through. Volter lays a strong tackle. Picking up was Gapin. Out wide. Johnston off to Green. Youth and experience combined to send them forward. Over the head of McLeod. He might do well just to mop it up. Glover on his towel. And it'll be a throw in just on the arc of 50. 8-5 to 6-3. 13 minutes gone here in this second term. Umpire to throw it back in. James, tapped down by him again. Another one of these strongly built younger players. McGuinness, Sulzberger, dropped it at the crucial time. Wearing him like a glove was Davey. And it'll be a high free kick going the way of Davey. Goes quickly off the mark. Long kick inside forward 50. Glover was out the back, used his body well. In fact, I think it might be Richmond again. Harry Richmond has had a couple of good moments in this second quarter. Lining up for his second. One of the easier kicks you'll see this afternoon. For North Hobart's ninth. And to really start putting the pressure back on North Hobart. It's a good kick in to the David Boone stand. Makes no mistake of it. Richmond has his second.
Second for the quarter, Harry Richmond. And 20 points. That might just about be a game high. As Clarence owned this second term. 9-5-59 to go the Roos. North Hobart 6-3-39. They've just been cleaner. Been able to move it a little bit quicker and get it into their big forwards, and the North Hobart defence has been under siege in this first half so far. Still 20 points, 3 goals. It's absolutely nothing in modern football. But Clarence do get the break here in the second term. Napley and James. Once again, Reeves has been injected into the middle. He's wrapped up in a good tackle. Right on the bullseye. We have a restart. James slaps it. Here's Harper, gathering a loose footy onto his left boot. Kicks to the outer side, bounces in front of McCullum, very fortuitous. Able to run onto it, just arches the back, eluded a tackler, was put on his bum, but umpire wasn't giving him any more leeway than that. North Hobart come away with it. Inside 50 they go, over the head of Kilpatrick, but it mattered little because it landed with Pepin, who takes the mark.
It's just starting to work his way into this game. Pepin had a good game last week, 25 disposals, a clearance, a couple of clearances and a goal.
Yeah, he was really good last week. Looks like he's gone forward here, and they need this one just to stop the momentum. But a good player is Will Pepin. So 45-degree angle. He'll kick from about 45 by the time he sets sail. It's a horrible kick. It's off the shin. It falls well short. Clarence able to mop up. No free kick. Some prohibited content. Oh, it's going to go the way of North Hobart as well. So they get out of jail here to the Demons. They get away with one big time. The kick on goal from Pepin was terrible, it has to be said. Finn Lapham's going to be the beneficiary here of a free kick. The top of the goal square. Should pop it through. Oh, he's kicked it into the man on the mark. So Baxter Norton did really, really well And now Clarence can come away with it, although they're not out of the woods yet. Norton lending a hand, another free kick for a hold. And gee, that's a couple of minutes that North Hobart would very much like to have back Bo Downham.
Yes, the hot on the whistle umpires took control of this game, but North Hobart not looking too good at the moment. Walters through the middle. That one was just smothered and ends up in the hands of James. Off to Sulzberger. Spots a teammate just over the head of Lappin. Hand pass was just cut off. Waltzing into the open goal is Miller. He gets his first for the day. Miller just picked his pocket at the right time. And not sure where the hand pass was going. Must have heard the little chirp out of the ear saying, hand pass it to me. And he just gave away a relatively easy goal. Jack Miller gets his first. Another one of these lads playing in the Dev League Premiership last year. Handy cricketer as well. I think he might be putting all his eggs into the footy basket now, though, Rowie.
Well, they had 3 cracks at it, did the Demons, and they got there in the end. They had the set shot from Pepin that was horrible, and then they had the Finn Lapham free kick that was into the man on the mark, and then they capitalised on an errant handball. Jack Miller getting his name in the scoreboard, the score sheet. And they peg one back. Do the Demons probably deserve one after a good little patch of hard work. Reeves into the middle, was just knocked off his kick, goes back in and gets it again. Feeds out a handball now. Sulzberger, who's been enormous in this second term. He's got a man wide who he uses. It's Bricknell. Takes a bit of a gallop. Now goes to right half forward for the Demons. Caswell was the target, but it was really, really well done by Breen. Now Gapin. Now Paprotny. Off half back kick is good. Finds his target in Glover. Kicks towards the outer wing. Here's McCullum. Another one of those famous Clarence names. Looks ahead. Progresses things by about 40 metres. There was a little nudge in the back. Umpire said it was okay. No, he didn't. It's a free kick. So North Hobart have another chance here. Speaking of legends, it was Bricknell. Dunstan rode one tackle, couldn't quite ride a second, got boot to ball. Well, he's a little stiff. That was a hot whistle from umpire Mark Tuckett because he did get his boot onto the footing. There's some afters going on here. There's some feeling in this one, Bo Downham, as Barrow's just put on his backside. Into the middle they go. 3-on-1 here. Demons with the numbers. Reeves takes it classily with the one hand. Puts it out in front of Devine. He got boot to ball. Scrubs one towards half forward. Chases on. McGuinness arrived first. Handball to nobody in particular. Oh, Pepin with some class. Weaved in and out. Sulzberger back to Pepin. Chance here for the Demons. High ball inside 50. Demons no good. As the Roos had the numbers, Jackman got back. Took a nice intercept. Had to wait for it. Hung in the air, but he held on with both mitts and he reload from half back.
Jackman, switch was on, but Gapin wasn't quite up to the task. And again, the crowd's starting to get into it here at Ninja Stadium. Good crowd building. One of 2 games here today. So, James and Mapley, like they have been all day, will go at it again. Neither ruckman really getting a decisive tap, but Dunstan sends it to the teeth of goal. Umpires bucked a free kick going to Clarence by way of Jackman. Stabs a kick to McCallum. McCallum looks further afield, off to Johnston. Made his debut last year with Riley Johnston. Kick was intended for Richmond, but fisting it over the boundary line was Tyler McGuinness. Another one of these pretty good state players for Tasmania. 9-5 to 7-3, 14 points the margin. Just ticked in to red time. Jones and Mapley have been a good ruck contest to watch. Mapley pushed under it, but Protney picked his pocket. Reeves sends him to half forward. High fly from Kilpatrick. Mopping up though was Cooney. Got the hand pass away to Harper. Breen. Just really scrubby stuff from Clarence at the moment to try and get them out of defence. Mapley doing a little bit of work. Kilpatrick slaughters Harper. Strong tackle. Nothing rewarded though. Another kick inside forward 50. They've peppered it the last couple of minutes. Save the D's. Ball spills out to Bingham. But again, a nice bit of run and dash from Walters. But Protney takes one bounce. Walls forward. has a paddock to work into. Josh Green, maybe a little bit too far out to score. Runs around McGuinness, sends him inside forward 50, pushes the target over his head. Can only watch as Salzburger pushes him off the football, stabs a kick to Tyler McGuinness at half back.
They've lifted here, the D's. McGuinness goes across the ground, makes Barrow work. He gets down low, takes the mark. He spies James at right half back, hits him on the chest, and now goes up the wing to Reeves, who's lifted in this second term. And he comes inboard. Good kick to Lapham. He spies 2 targets in the middle of the ground. That's a beautiful kick. Oh, he just missed the target of Dunstan, or Dunstan missed the ball, I should say. McGuinness is able to mop up on. Now another error. This time Sulzberger, who's been so good in this second term. He lets Clarence in the other way. Oh, what a chase down tackle from McLeod. Oh, it's been called in the back. Well, that's a shame. Josh Green, he took him on. McLeod hunted him down, and he was pinged for an in-the-back free kick. They get things moving immediately. Kept in here, or was it? Umpire said it was out of bounds, and that really raised the ire of the North Hobart faithful. That was a bone cruncher from Harry McLeod, sorry. Josh Green, very, very fortunate. So we've got a free kick there. It ends in a stoppage inside forward 50 for Clarence. James out of the ruck. Thought about the handball, then just bombed it outside defensive 50. Oh, good mark taken here. Riley Wood with a little mullet. Good kick inboard too. Volta is starting to get their game going here. Almost ran into some trouble. He ran into big trouble with Volta. And the pressure from both teams has been exceptional. Norton wheels onto his left. Goes inside 50. Richmond the target. 2-on-2 battle here. Proc a piece. He's confronted. Taken down. And a ball in, or ball up at left half forward.
Yeah, good call, Rowie. Really got the crowd alight here when Josh Green was, the judge, pushed in the back. I mean, a couple of grunts from the North Hobart faithful that have made the trip out to Belrive. Kick out, clearance from Caswell to the advantage of Wood. Couldn't quite finish the mark, and boundary line beats all comers. 24 minutes gone. 9-5-59 plays, 7-3-45.
I always thought holding the ball sort of superseded in the back. Holding the ball was sort of the first, and then the in the back, unless it was really blatant. But yeah, tough one, that one.
Tough call. And the crowd didn't agree. Hard job to do it from the stands, though. McGann. Harper flicks it off. Out into the advantage of Steele. Off to Mapley. Green is going to try track this one down, but a genuine foot race going on now. It does well. Was Burrow. He was legged. Barrow. Reeves does well to stand underneath it. Good courage, though, coming back from Nick Steele. Scrubby kick. Volta. North Hobart looking to get a late goal here. Mopping up was Gapin. Tapping it on, though, nicely out in front of the advantage of Wood, who couldn't finish it.
They've absolutely lifted here in the last couple of minutes of North Hobart. The pressure's gone up. The intensity's gone up. Really good game of footy, this.
He's also looked really good off half-back, Zach Barrow.
Yeah, he's been exceptional. Spearing ball is terrible. Straight down the throat of Josh Bingham. What a gift. So Josh Bingham couldn't believe his luck. Nathan Jackman, not sure if he stubbed his toe on the way through, but he's given it straight up to Josh Bingham, who's a pretty good set shot for goal, it has to be said, and he's going to go back and take his chances here by the looks of things. Well, this would be gift wrapped with a ribbon on top. If he was able to send this home, he improves the angle, looking for some extra distance. It won't be a goal. It's right to the top of the square. Oh, there's a mark taken at the back. It's Yates who stood tall. The pack just collapsed in front of him, and Yates was the last man standing with two Dukes aloft into the Belrive sky. Hung on. He's on a tightish angle, but only about 15 out. This should be very, very kickable. The Yates, who kicked a couple last week. This to bring the margin back to 7. Outside of the boot, he bangs it into the post. You wouldn't read about it. Golden opportunity goes begging for the Demons, a minor score.
Yeah, put on the back foot now, Clarence. Last kick out wasn't great. They need to make up for it here. Trapped it hard, fullback rather. They'll just have to dump a long one down the line. Mapley and James. Mapley was the first to get hands to it. Johnston, it's getting hot now. Sulzberger just pushed off it. Nice little bit of run and dash though by Gapin. Sending them forward. Takes one bounce. Green the intended target. Nearly taking the mark though. Ball does bobble out of the tackle. McGuinness, Green, ever so swiftly. Just dropping at the crucial time was still. Dunstan getting his hands on it. McLeod. Now they're going by way of Sulzberger to this outer wing. Strong mark by Wood. Pokes the left foot kick forward to Bingham. 2 on 1. Coming from behind though, it was Breen. Got the hand pass away. Slapping it forward was Norton. Takes Kaz on the tackle. He got the hand pass away. Bingham got run down by Harper. Got his hand pass to Kilpatrick. Wood. And the boundary line beats all comers for a throw in.
This is good. High octane stuff here at Ninja. Crowds into it. Southern rivals, Clarence and North Hobart. 2 goals in it. North Hobart just firing their shot at the moment. James to the front. Mapley won the battle. Tackled as he kicked. Got some good purchase though. Off fists. We're at the near wing. Demons with the numbers. McLeod shares with McGuinness. Spies something further ahead in Pepin. It's a good kick. Pepin marks on his chest. He's got Devine streaming inside 50. He's going to just concede some ground to Procopiece momentarily. So it gives the Clarence defence a chance to get back. Procopiece now just sends it in long. Roos with the numbers. Off hands. Who's at the full? Lapham was there. Red and white jumpers surround the footy though. They hack it out of defence. Pepin gets back. Juggles it onto his chest. Takes the mark. Procopiece again here. He's got him lining up across half forward. He's picked out the only Clarence player that was within Cooey. And now they can shotgun this off half back. Here go the Roos. Oh, another wonderful chase down tackle. That's not in the back. It's holding the man. Gee whiz. Ferguson, as stiff as they come. It lingered for half a second. Well, it won't matter because the siren came. But 2 very controversial umpiring decisions. They were inconsequential in the end from umpire Mark Tuckett. But the first one was a holding the ball free kick that was called in the back, and the second was a holding the ball free kick. It was adjudged holding the man, and I'm not sure either were there, but who am I to say it? I'm a long way away. Mark Tuckett's a lot closer than we are, Bo Downham, but that brings to the end a very, very spirited first half as they just confront one another in the middle of the ground here, the North Hobart and Clarence players. 9-5-59 the Roos. They hold a 2-goal advantage over North Hobart, 7-5-47. Hot footy at Ninja Stadium. We'll quickly run through the goal kickers and then we'll take a break. For Clarence, 4 goals to Josh Green, 2 apiece to Harry Richmond and Brody Speed, 1 to James Glover. While for North Hobart, Sam Caswell has 3 and singles to Miller, Sulzberger, Bingham and Reeves, who started to really get going in that second term. Wonderful, wonderful game of Southern Football League footy for you here at Ninja. Round 3 action, and it has delivered so far. Clarence 9-5-59. Lead North Hobart 7-5-47 at the main break. We're going to take a bit of a breather and come back to you very, very shortly for the second half.
I went to see a skin specialist and I heard the word no 23-year-old wants to hear, melanoma. I'm so thankful I got it checked out. If you notice a change in shape, size, colour or development of a new spot, see your doctor.
Blunston's been building hard-working boots for over 150 years. The tougher you need them, the tougher we build them. Giving you advanced protection and all-day comfort. After all, you never stand still, so neither do we. Blunston, building the future.
Hey, look what I've got.
Hot cross buns.
Yeah.
Dad, what's so special about Banjo's hot cross buns?
Mate, where do I start? In the mornings, Banjo's Bakers start super early. Yeah. They put a lot of effort in making the perfect buns. Every bakery bakes these buns fresh every day. Golden brown, soft, fluffy, creamy, buttery, sweet, but not too sweet. Lightly spiced, chocolatey, perfectly glazed, just like they've been making it for 40 years now.
How about just yummy?
Banjos, for those hot cross moments.
Piece. Didn't take
With the fist from behind, does well. Breen flicks it off to Green and he's hindered with. Josh Green will get another early into this second term. No mistake of it. That's 4 for Josh Green. And he's really starting to help out down in the forward line. They're a smaller forward line.
to have conceded the free kick. But the Roos get the first of the second term. They're back out to an 8-point advantage. Norton just bustles his opponent off the ball. Here's Cooney through the middle of Bellarine. He's got a man all alone. Snap around the corner to the teeth of goal. Offhand. Chance here for the Roos around the bottom. Good finish. And they add another one by the boot of speed.
One of these state players does the unselfish thing. Kicks it off to Salzburger. Jumped a good roost on it, and it gets there in the end. He gets his first. North Hobart get their 6th. And the umpire has called a free kick from some. He might have a second shot on goal, makes another mistake, but centres it. Does well to kick it to the teammate. Called to play on, snap around the corner, and does well the Clarence Roos. They get another one coming by way of Harry Richmond. It was just a long kick inside forward 50. Glover was out the back, used his body well. In fact, I think it might be Richmond again for North Hobart's 9th. And to really start putting the pressure back on North Hobart, it's a good kick in to the David Boone stand. Makes no mistake of it. Richmond has his 2nd.
Second for the corner, but come away with it. Inside 50 they go, over the head of Kilpatrick, but it mattered little because it landed with Pepin, who takes the mark. 45 by the time he sets sail. It's a horrible kick. It's off the shin. It falls well short. Clarence able to mop up. No, free kick. Some prohibited content. The top of the goal square. Should pop it through. Oh, he's kicked it into the man on the mark. The Baxter Norton did really...
Too good at the moment. Walters through the middle. That one was just smothered and ends up in the hands of James. Off to Salzburger. Spots a teammate just over the head of Lappin. Hand pass was just cut off. Waltzing into the open goal is Miller. He gets his first for the day. Miller just picked his pocket. Moment to try and get them out of defence. Mapley doing a little bit of work. Kilpatrick slaughters Harper. Strong tackle. Nothing rewarded though.
So good in his second term. He lets Clarence in the other way. Oh, what a chase down tackle from the Cloud. Oh, it's been called in the back. Yeah, he's been exceptional. Spearing ball is terrible. Straight down the throat of Josh Bingham. What a gift. So Josh Bingham couldn't believe he improves the angle. Looking for some extra distance. It won't be a goal. It's right to the top of the square. Oh, there's a mark taken at the back. It's Yates who stood tall. The pack just collapsed in front of him. Here go the Roos. Oh, another wonderful chase down tackle. That's not in the back. It's holding the man. Gee whiz. Ferguson, as stiff as they come. It lingered for half a second. Well, it won't matter because the siren came. But 2 very controversial umpiring decisions. They were inconsequential in the end from umpire Mark Tuckett. But the first one was a holding the ball free kick that was called in the back, and the second was a holding the ball free kick. It was adjudged holding the man, and I'm not sure either were there, but who am I to say it? I'm a long way away. Mark Tuckett's a lot closer than we are, Bo Downham, but that brings to the end a Very, very spirited first half as they just confront one another in the middle of the ground here, the North Hobart and Clarence players. 9-5-59 the Roos. They hold a 2-goal advantage over North Hobart, 7-5-47. Hot footy at Ninja Stadium. We'll quickly run through the goal kickers and then we'll take a break. For Clarence, 4 goals to Josh Green, 2 apiece to Harry Richmond and Brody Speed, 1 to James Glover. While for North Hobart, Sam Caswell has 3 and singles to Miller, Sulzberger, Bingham and Reeves, who started to really get going in that second term. Wonderful, wonderful game of Southern Football League footy for you here at Ninja. Round 3 action, and it has delivered so far. Clarence 9-5-59 lead, North Hobart 7-5-47 at the main break. We're going to take a bit of a breather and come back to you very, very shortly.
a star scoop, but it turns out left and you thought it was Mr. Right. Nope, you're never gonna let up, cause you're let down, girl, got you fed up. Never let him get you down, girl, I said get up. Put on them shoes that make your body hella. Let him see that it won't never get better than you. Never could weather the storm that you brew. Baby, you know what I'm saying is true. Men will remember that boy is a fool. The things that you said don't mean a thing, that's what she don't need. Get that in your head, she don't need Gucci, she easy to please. The things that you said don't mean a thing, and I think maybe you should just leave.
You said that you would treat me right, boy. Say you would be right by my side, boy. But tell me where were you tonight? You've been messing around with a different crowd and you don't wanna be found. You said that you would treat me right, boy. Say you would be right by my side, boy. But tell me where were you tonight? You've been messing around with a different crowd and you don't wanna be found.
She don't want no drama, but she ain't the type to let it go. If you don't really want it, then man, you should let her know. Now she ain't playing around, get that in your head. Thinking about you, thinking about all of the things that you said. Thinking about all of that, all of that, all of that.
I don't want no drama, but I'm not the type to let it go. I don't really want this, no, I'm not part of your show. I'm not playing around, get that in your head, things that you said, and I think maybe you should just leave. You know you didn't treat me right, boy. I know you're never by my side, boy. But I don't care where you tonight. You can mess around with a different crowd, cause it's over now. You said that you would treat me right, boy. Say you would be right by my side, boy. But tell me where were you tonight? You've been messing around with a different crowd and you don't wanna be found.
Welcome back to Ninja Stadium, where we've got a rip snorter on our hands as part of round 3 of the Southern Football League Premier Division, North Hobart and Clarence. And it's the Roos. The 2-goal break at the main break, 9-5-59 to North Hobart 7-5-47. There's been some heat, there's been some spite, there's been some good, fast, clean footy. The second half promises to deliver much of the same. Bo Downham, how did you see the first half?
Yeah, hot and contested, Rowie. It was pretty hot in the kitchen to start off that second term. Reeves got his hands on it a little bit more, and now, I mean, it's there for the taking for either of these teams. I mean, they're both placed in a pretty good position. Only 12 points is the margin, and I mean, both teams really have the opportunity to make a stamp here. I mean, it's second versus third, so it's everything you would have expected, and maybe even a little bit more. So, I mean, I reckon the first goal always matters, but just a little bit more so now. And the fire that we saw towards the back end of that second quarter, will that play out now heading into this third?
Yeah, well, both teams have had patches of the first half where they own sort of 5 or 10 minute patches, and Clarence probably owned the first half of that second quarter, and then North Hobart came barnstorming back and really lifted their intensity and pressure and their skill level, as well as the likes of Sutzberger and Reeves really started to have an impact. But both teams have had some really good contributions right across the ground.
Looks like we are a boundary umpire short, Rowie.
Oh, okay.
Not good.
No, that's
Bit of
not
extra
good.
running.
It might have been a hamstring or something in the
sniper
in the main break. But away we go for the second half. James on the tap comprehensively. Another free kick, and it has been a whistle-heavy game so far. So North Hobart, the first chance to go deep inside 50. Getting in front was Breen, off his hands. Jackman unable to collect, but he was able to lay a big tackle. Brings his opponent to ground for a forward 50 ball up. North Hobart with an early chance. Up it goes. Knocked away through the legs of Davey Dunstan, former Saint in the AFL, goes in after it. Now Devine lays a tackle. It's going nowhere. We're at right half forward. We'll have the ball up. So a one-off from Luke Dunstan today, former St Kilda player and Melbourne player. James takes it out of the ruck. He was ripped off his kick. Wasn't holding the ball. Caswell comes away with it. Left foot ball inside 50. He's Pepin riding a tackle. Somehow got his hand through to Miller. Claimed in a big tackle by Harper. Ball still alive here. Reeves throws it on the boot right to the teeth of goal. Big collision. Lapham got back. Getting boots a ball. What a wonderful finish that was from Dunstan. So quick as a flash. Luke Dunstan, who I won't say he was quiet in the first half, but probably didn't quite produce the level we thought he might. He's on the board immediately here with a very, very nice snapping goal, but there is a player down in the goal square at North Hobart's attacking end. That was a heavy collision, Bo Downham.
Yeah.
Just get confirmation on who that might be. It might be, yeah.
Kilpatrick in the bright yellow boots, I think it is, Rowie. I mean, came back last year from a couple of years into state, and he's a crucial player for them, but he's up now, so hopefully he's okay.
Spent a fair amount of time on the bench last week with an injury too, did Kilpatrick. He was taken out of the game.
Yeah, I did see that. I wondered why he only got 2 or 3 disposals for the whole game, doing the prep during the week, and I thought, well, 2 disposals for Callum Kilpatrick probably isn't a great sign that he's at full fitness, but Mapley certainly is. He's taking this ruck challenge well and truly on. Ball just spills out. Umpire again hot on the whistle. These 3 umpires have been controversial, but a lot easier to do it up here, down on the ground rather than up here in the stands. So a kick just dancing around his opponent. Reeves nearly laid the tackle, got a fingertip on him. Long kick inside forward 50. Richmond was the target. Green burst, the C's part. It'll be a free kick going the way of North Hobart. At fullback now, Sulzberger it is, who started to lift that second quarter. Was in the draft combine last year. Obviously didn't get picked up as he's playing here, but solid player. Nathaniel Sulzberger, I believe he might have played a couple of state games earlier this year, as we see Glover toes it off. Bush. Kick from Baxter Norton. Wasn't really into her teammates' favour. Right to the teeth of goal. Ends up in the hands of Harper. Snapping kick on goal. First of the term to the Clarence Roos. Might not have been the first term.
Yep, second of the term, but they get one back.
Bit late.
And hasn't he been good this afternoon, Harper? He's just been a solid contributor He's not the flashiest player as Jared Harper, but he's, you know what you're going to get each and every week, and he gets himself a goal. So they restore order. 1 goal, 1 for the afternoon. Jared Harper, as I say, has been one of the key cogs for the Roos this afternoon. So 10-5-65. The home team, North Hobart, 8-5-53. Up we go. James trying to get it down to Reeves. Just missed him. Caswell's been injected into the midfield. He was maybe held as he tried to gain possession. It's all held up. There's Davey in the fray. Umpire Nathan Geeson clears things out. James wins it down decisively, straight to Davey, claimed by Reeves. Handball here is Harper now for Potney, throws some candy, and now they move it through the middle of the ground. Nice movement here from Clarence. It's Cooney on the left boot, a bit of a wobbler inside 50. Who's at the 4? I think it was Speed, who's just helped over the line. All legal according to the umpire. A ball in, 48 metres around from goal. Looking for 2 in a minute. Clarence have sort of led for the large part of the afternoon, but never by more than 3 or so goals. At the front, here's Cooney. Pouncing on a loose ball, screws it to the top of the square. Fist come from Walker. At the fall was Gapin across the face. Cooney to Gapin. Clarence heart's a flutter, almost. Heard that many a times in the past, but they unable to capitalise on this occasion.
Throw in, not too far away from goal. Chains leading the ruck contest. Flicks it off to a teammate. Spiralling ball out of full back. Only ends up in the hands of Mapley to drive them forward once more. A couple of Ds. Sets at the back. Not going to quite get there. Speed. Green. Hugging the boundary. Kick in board is good to Harper. Does well, Josh Green. Good vision.
Classy, wasn't it? Didn't go around the corner over his head for the miracle goal.
You wouldn't expect anything else from Josh Green. Classy and elegant player. Up there in the goal kicking last year. I think he might have even won it in TSL. Might have been second behind a couple of North Lonnie players. As we see Harper go in for his second of the term. The wind just carries it across the face of goal for a minor score.
1 goal, 2 now for Jared Harper. $13 points to the good. And the Clarence Roos as Tyler McGuinness takes a couple of bounces out of full back, runs his full measure, and then hits the Clarence player on the chest. Again, he's going to send it back to where it came. Green was well placed, but he had 2 North Hobart defenders to contend with. Eventually it's seen out of bounds.
A lot of these younger players for North Hobart are standing up. I mean, John McGann there, he's only my age and multi-talented athlete. Very good cricketer as well, Joey.
Lots of very promising youth out there this afternoon. Another contest. Here is McGann. Good hands over the top. Gapin, Green, dodging, weaving, speed. The goalkeeper saves the day. A minor score only. Almost something very, very special not to be.
McLeod at fullback. Looking for a ready-made target. He finds one, but the kick nearly over the head of Procopiece. One of these exciting youths as Sean Hunter patrols the boundary. Running the water for Clarence. Long kick to this outer wing. Wood met the ball first. Umpires called a holding free kick to North Hobart. Can this maybe springboard them? Wood off to Caswell. He's looked good today, Caswell. 3 to his name. Back to the outer wing. Another stabbing kick forward to James. Wheeling and going, the big ruckman. It's a high mongrel sort of kick forward. Reeves was at the fall of the ball, but Mapley does well to take this one right at half back.
He just hurt himself on the way down, which meant he had to rush the handball, but he might just get away with things here, the Roos. Harper now, well-weighted kick out to the far wing where Richmond gets to it and just puts his teammate Cooney under a little bit of pressure, but he's good enough to float into a hole and take the mark. Oh, big collision out the side. Great courage shown by Prokopiece, who got back and fisted the ball out of bounds, put his body on the line, took the contact that he knew was coming, and got collected. But he managed to force the stoppage and cork the flow as Clarence were looking to move the footy forward. James over the back in the ruck contest. Big tackle laid here by Wood. Another stoppage. Front corner of the square. Clarence in attack. 14 points the margin. James straight down the throat of his opponent. He's gaping. There's a high ball inside 50. Green weighted down. Walker committed. Green will end up with it. Got the hands from Gapin. Flashing shot on goal across the face. A minor score. And they continue to tick the scoreboard over.
McLeod to stream out a fullback. It's a high kick. A couple of big bodies set underneath it. Nearly taking the mark there was Lapham. Back inside forward 50. They just get it back to go forward. High up and under kick by Cooney. Green worked his man underneath the football. He'll lay a strong tackle. Ball going nowhere. Ball up. Good tackle on the North Hobart skipper, Bailey Walker. Josh Green working himself into this second half. Tap down by McGann. Harper, nice set play from Clarence. It'll be a behind.
It's 1-3 now for Harper. He was peppering the big sticks. Out of full back comes Barrow. Wastes no time. Kicks to the outer side. He's not going to keep it in though. Is that out on the full? No. It must have just hit the paint of the boundary line. Have a ball in. 10-9-69 to 8-5-53. Ball living in Clarence's forward half so far in this second half. Mapley and James contest. Here's Gapin at the full. Rush kick, Green just went underneath the ball, knocked forward by speed. Green gives chase. He gathered the footy somehow, hit the deck, bounced up, tried to find a target by hand. McGuinness is there, the tackle is laid. Glover. Green, so close to a fifth. Ball still alive. Up it goes again. Does his own ruck work. Doesn't make the purchase he would have liked. Speed from the angle. Another shot on goal. He's missing to the near side. 2 goals, 1 for Brodie Speed so far this afternoon. Clarence continue to push and to push. North Hobart fighting for their lives in the early part of the second half.
Tyler McGuinness out of full-back, off to Barrow. Little Tandy off half-back, back to McGuinness, streaming through. Centre half-back, sets it out in front of Caswell, had one bite of it, couldn't quite reel it in, slipped over, trying to go back for the football. Norton the skipper, ever so swift. Yates was happy to see it over the boundary line and eventually gets there for a throw-in. Commentary side wing at Ninja Stadium. 10-10-70 plays 8-5-53. 12 minutes and some change into the third quarter. Boundary umpire throws it in. Tapped down by Janes into the lap of Sulzberger. Janes picks him. Kick out from Lappin. Boundary line will beat all comers again. Sulzberger was trying to hunt that one down but ran out of tarmac in at the end. Hot contested game here. Don't go anywhere. Janes and Mapley has been an intriguing contest. Janes has got the better of him on that occasion. Paprotny breaks one, but can't break the Reeves tackle holding the football.
Yeah, that's what Reeves does. He prides himself on his pressure. I think he laid 12 tackles last week. He gets a victim here this afternoon. Inside forward 50, off hands, flying shot on goal. Miller, I think it might have been all the way to the line. I think it bounced through. Touched. A minor score.
The sense of occasion from the umpire there, I would have thought, Rowie.
That was very, very line ball. The colour marks in the back pocket. Up the line he goes. Getting in front is Davey. Through his hands, Mapley at the back. Sees it over. Yeah, it looked a goal from here, but again, we're a long way away.
Right up the back of the Ricky Ponting stand here, Rowie.
We're as far away as you can possibly get.
the wind blowing at our back. It's quite cold.
Rucks go at it. James just missed it. Hand out to Bricknell. Went back into the congestion. Barrow now just pokes the ball to half forward. Bingham judged it best. Took the mark. Was it a shot? Was it a pass? Either way, it's a minor score.
It was great use of the body by Sulzberger to just interrupt or hinder the attempted mark, as we see Clarence out of full back to Johnston, who's played that wing role quite well today. Johnston over to McGuinness, coming from Mount Pleasant, I think it might be. McGuinness's kick was scrappy. Gapin had a bit of work to do. Bingham, nice little chip over the top. Hits up a teammate in Miller. And 50 metres is a call. A certain goal for Jack Miller, looking to get his second of the day. He'll waltz in. It'll get there in the end. Well, I actually might have just kicked the other ball out, as Miller will go now from the top of the square. Simple kick. Bangs it in to the netting here at Ninja Stadium. Makes no mistake, his second. Back to 9 points. Chris Rowbottom.
Yep. So North Hobart get the one they needed, the one they wanted. And it was Miller who was denied that goal a couple of minutes ago. He bobs up, gets a 50-metre penalty, which was pretty sloppy from McGuinness, it has to be said, because Miller was going to be kicking from a reasonably tight angle. No certainty from there, and he made it a certainty by giving away the late free. So he puts it through, margin back to 9. Luke Dunstan just down on the boundary line. Trainer giving him a little half assessment. Keep an eye on that. Doesn't look in too much trouble. But this game continues to deliver. Single digits the margin. Umpire Geeson signals for players to get into position, and then he throws it up. But Protney went low. Did he get a high one? Umpire said no. He'll have it again. 16 minutes gone in this third term. Not much separating these two teams. Entertaining affair. Janes and Mapley. Janes thumps it goalward for North Hobart. And down low, Bricknell. Out of the congestion now. Was it 15? Umpire said no. Gapin to Gapin. Off half back. Spider target out wide. Pepin did well to break it up. Protney gives chase, but Pepin got there first. Kearney laid a tackle. It was too high. So another chance here for the Demons. Pepin just forward of centre wing on the outer side. Kicks to a 2-on-1. Early flight Gapin at the back. Bingham gathered it cleanly. High ball now to a dangerous spot. McGuinness got there. It'll have to be rushed, and it was. Harper did well to disguise it. Happy to concede the minor score.
Interesting defence by Clarence. Of course, Tom Cleary going over to coach University. He was a big piece of their back 50 as they streamed through the ground. Still sends him forward. Target was speed. McLeod does well to lay body on him. Glover lurking around out the back. Kicks it out in front of Richmond. Has a bit of work to do. Glover in a bit of space for himself. Still stabbing kick over to speed is good. Upended by McGuinness, but umpire seems as though he likes the contest.
Been good speed.
He has. 3 goals last week. Up from Bothwell, up in the bush. So, very good player. Pretty speed. I mean, the Clarence Junior program really is probably the best in the state. As we see speed go for goal, it'll get the distance, but the umpire line ball decision says it a goal. Speed. He has looked good. He's got 3. They're coming back to that, Rowie. They've played in a couple of grand finals. A couple of these guys together. Again, in speed, and I mean, Brody Speed, well, he's only going to get better. I think he's playing for the Devils.
What's the reverse of a commentator's curse? Because we talk him up and he bangs it through from the angle.
Yep, I think we've liked his game today. I think we've been giving him a good shout out.
No, he's been good. He's been lively and dangerous up forward, and he's got some reward as well with 3 majors.
Of course, this team without Fraser Turner today,
yes.
Rowie.
Yep.
So I'm not sure Jack McCulloch is for North Hobart. Maybe he's not playing for North Hobart. He will have to do a little bit more research on that. But
yeah, Fraser Turner, a big out, of course, for Clarence, former Richmond AFL player. Here the Demons go via the boot of Lapham, high up and under towards centre half forward. They cannon into one another. This will be a Clarence free kick with a go the way of Breen, who's shown a couple of little flashes today as well. It's Jarvis Breen. It's a pretty good kick to the outer side. He kicked it to the run of Steele, who's able to collect and now take a bounce. They look dangerous in this position. Do Clarence. It's all North Hobart getting back. Walker took the mark or got a high one. Take your pick. Demons will run it out of defence. Good kick into the middle of the ground. Pepin, he marks. He thought about going by hand, but then thought better off it. Gets onto his right boot. Good, well-weighted ball to Sulzberger, who collects and goes. This is really good movement here from North Hobart. Now it's Yates. Man all alone over the top. Kilpatrick marks down low, and they move it from end to end with ease. Beautiful ball movement, North Hobart. Kilpatrick will kick a certain goal from the top of the square. And he does exactly that. His first of the afternoon, Callum Kilpatrick. And that was just precision kicking, surgical through the middle of the ground from the Demons. And they get their rewards at the other end. 11-10-76. Go Clarence. North Hobart 10-8-68. So just 8 points the difference here at Ninja Stadium. This is brewing, isn't it, Bo Downham? It's going to be a great finish. We've got a really good third term underway here.
Yeah, certainly, Rowie. I mean, the turnover game was the influential part last week to either of these teams' victories. I mean, 71 points from turnover last week. North Hobart with a 63% efficiency. I think they were late 60s as well, going by foot. But, I mean, that kick from Clarence was brilliant. But, again, North Hobart being able to turn it over. Janes wins this tap down. Paprotny's been good. I mean, what else would we expect from Paprotny? As they surge forward again, shrugging. No one really was McCallum, but sends him inside forward 50. Ferguson out the back. Shrug the tackle. Poke just had to take the contact. Did. And it'll be a ball up. Not that far out from goal. Again, and Walker will do the ruck battle. Either end of the age scale. Those two men going at each other. Walker, slung around. Ball bursts out to McLeod. Poke, just a spiralling hack kick out, but only as far as Walters. Walters pokes a little kick forward out for a teammate. It's Davey. Bright fluoro boots for Davey today. A drilling kick inside forward 50. The flyer from the back was McCallum. It'll be a minor score.
Gee, there's not much of young Walters, is there? He's very slight.
Yes. Yep. I think we were talking in the club rooms earlier with a couple of patrons that looks like an under-16s team, the Dev League. I mean, a couple of those 16s look to have made their way up to the senior team, Rowie.
Well, it looks a pretty good player, though. This is not a very good kick, but it lands with Caswell. Here's Bricknell, shares it back to Caswell, and he's got a little bit of time and space, room to move. Goes by hand, inboard to Bingham. Goes further afield now. Oh, Lapham just lost it in the sun. Well, that's a shocker from Finn Lapham. He was out. He was all sorts of out. And he loses it in the sun, and it dribbles over for a ball in. So Clarence, they just get off the hook. And it comes James and Mapley. It was Mapley over the top on that occasion. Tackle laid. They go in after it. James comes in over the top. He's been really good again today, James. He hasn't produced too much around the ground in terms of marks and hitting the scoreboard, but he's been really dominant in the ruck, and he decisively wins the hit out once more. Tackle applied by Reeves. Handball out from Norton, and they're out the back here. The Roos via Davey to right half forward. Green's on the move. Good mark just inside the boundary line. Tight angle. Josh Green. It's been a force to be reckoned with up forward this afternoon. He adjusts his boots, and he might just high off the big sticks here. Josh Green, more to his name. And if anybody can kick this, it is this man. Just inside 50. Sends it on its way. It won't be a goal. It's off hands. They contested it. The teeth of goal. Sulzberger it was. Got boots the ball. Oh, Breen had to sit underneath it. Just dropped the chest mark at the last moment. Still alive here, though. Go Clarence. Walters just tumbling through. Was he holding the ball? Crowd thought so. Umpire said no. They fight after it still. Tackle applied now by Glover. And it's going nowhere. Bricknell held up. Good footy. The stoppage inside forward 50 for the Roos.
On Nathan James, they played him at centre half back when they were struggling last year, the D's. They don't need that now because they're going quite well, albeit down in this game. Dunstan shoveled a hand pass out. Harp will intercept and flick it off again to McCallum, who's taken in a pretty strong tackle. It must be said, a couple of interesting interpretations of holding the ball across the rounded leagues. A dicey kick ends up in the hands of Ferguson. Might have got hindered with the umpire called. Tom Ferguson at left half back, or right half back rather, for the D's. Did well to just contest at Bricknell. Playing that under 18 grand final last year, they got pumped. The D's. James shovels one out to McGuinness. Support rather comes by Ferguson. Breen will end up tracking this one down, but ball didn't sit for him. Lapham sells a candy, flicks it off. Over to Caswell, finds a spare teammates in Lapham. Rather, it was Pepin with that good hand pass forward. Points to the goal. Happy with the distance that is required of Finn Lapham. Didn't play North Hobart last year, I don't think, Rowie, so maybe another one of these inclusions for the D's. Looks the likely type down there in the forward line. Right on the arc of 50. A kick is quite dicey. Ball still in play though. Bush flicks it out in front of Cooney, who's made his way down the ground. Usually see him playing down in the forward half. Glover back to Cooney. Kick is good. Proprotny's out. If they want to go to him, they do. But he just spilt the beans at the crucial time. Ball will beat everyone and just bounce out of bounds.
That was exciting from Cooney on the outer side, the 1-2, and he almost had them away. And yeah, Finn Lapham, I believe he played in the Old Scholars last year for Dosa. He made his way down the hill from the TCA, down to North Hobart Oval.
It's good mail from you, Rowie.
I believe that to be true. Good AFL 9s player too, I can tell you that much. Finn Lapham. They weave through the traffic here. Here is Lapham. Just missed the target on that occasion, though. Let's Harper in. He's immediately claimed by James, who gets down really low, applies a tackle.
It's not an easy game, AFL 9s. I mean, I've kicked through on a couple of occasions, but it's not an easy game, Rowie. Had to get that one in there.
Up it goes. James takes it out of the ruck again. Sends a high ball towards the middle of the ground. Umpire spied something here. It's a free kick. It'll go the way of North Hobart. Some holding. So Pepin has the footy. Puts it out in front of Caswell. Needs a kind bounce. Gets one. Now has Dunstan in support. Takes the handball. Left foot ball. Inside 50. He's got a one-on-one in the goal square. Nice mark, McGuinness. Outpointed his opponent in Yates. Saved the day for the Roos. He's got a couple of options here. He'll go short to Bush. Still inside defensive 50 for the Roos. That's a nice kick too. Or he just put his teammate under the pump a little bit. Cooney though. Volta. Handball now. Barrow. Round the corner. Good defensive work once again from McGuinness. He's had a good minute. And he spikes this one through for a minor score.
McGuinness coming from Mount Pleasant will let Paxton Norton do the kicking duties. Prior telling Matty Yates to stand on the mark. As Norton just roosts one to this outer wing. A couple of packs form as they get the kick away to Josh Green in a little bit of space. Doesn't have much to go to. Speed will try and speed his way down to that forward line. Goes to him. Kick was just a little bit too hot. Speed unleashes on goal. It's sitting. It's good by Brody Speed. That is number 4 for him. After, I think it was 3 last week, Rowie. He does not look a stranger to senior football, does he?
Yeah, he knows where they are. There's no doubt about that. He got the footy, spied the goals, and went bang. Brody Speed, number 4 for the afternoon, and he might just be in the votes as we speed, pardon the pun, towards the three-quarter time siren. That was a massive goal.
It's an easy name to have a pun with because he is actually quite quick.
He's got wheels.
The mark.
Yeah.
So it goes hand in hand, doesn't it? The commentator's paradise is Brody Speed.
So Speed and Green have 8 of Clarence's 12 goals.
Both on opposite ends of the age gap as well.
Yep, the young and the old combining. Back in the middle we go. James decisively. Pepin. Dunstan. They couldn't quite work it out. Siren beats all comers. This game continues to deliver. So a goal right on the stroke of three-quarter time from Brody Speed. Makes it a 14-point gap as we turn for home. 12-11-83 Clarence. North Hobart 10-9-69. We will run through the goal kickers for you. As we mentioned, 4 apiece to Brody Speed and Josh Green for Clarence, 2 to Harry Richmond, 1 to Harper and 1 to Glover. While for North Hobart, Caswell has 3, all of them coming in the first term. 2 to Miller and singles to Reeves, Bingham, Sulzberger, Kilpatrick and Dunstan. We'll take a short break from here at Ninja Stadium. It's going to be a cracking 4th and final term. Can't wait. We'll be back in just a few moments as we turn for home. Ball inside 50. He's Pepin riding a tackle. Somehow got his hand through to Miller. Claimed in a big tackle by Harper. Ball still alive here. Reeves throws it on the boot right to the teeth of goal. Big collision. Lapham got back. Getting boots of ball. What a wonderful finish that was from Dunstan. So quick as a...
Played a couple of state games earlier this year as we see Glover toes it off. Bush. Kick from Baxter Norton. Wasn't really into her teammates' favour. Right to the teeth of goal. Ends up in the hands of Harper. Snapping kick on goal. First of the term to the Clarence Roos. Might not have been the first term. Green hugging the boundary. Kick in board is good to Harper. Does well, Josh Green. Good vision. Going the big ruckman. It's a high mongrel sort of kick forward. Reeves was at the fall of the ball, but Mapley does well to take this one.
His teammate Cooney under a little bit of pressure, but he's good enough to float into a hole and take the mark. Oh, big collision out the side. Great courage shown by Prokopiece, who went underneath the ball, knocked forward by Speed. Green gives chase. Oh, he gathered the footy somehow, hit the deck, bounced up, tried to find a target by hand. McGuinness is there. The tackle is laid. Glover.
Yes, James has got the better of him on that occasion. Paprotny breaks one, but can't break the Reeves tackle holding the football.
Yeah, that's what Reeves does.
Bingham, nice little chip over the top, hits up a teammate in Miller, and 50 metres is a call, a certain goal now from the top of the square. Simple kick, bangs it in to the netting here at Ninja Stadium. Makes no mistake, his second, back to 9 points. Chris Rowbottom. As we see Speed go for goal, it'll get the distance, but the umpire line ball decision says it a goal. Speed, he has looked good. He's got 3.
Better off it. Gets onto his right boot. Good, well-weighted ball to Sulzberger, who collects and goes. This is really good movement here from North Hobart. Now it's Yates. Man all alone over the top. Kilpatrick marks down low, and they move it from end to end with a goal from the top of the square. And he does exactly that. His first of the afternoon, Callum Kilpatrick. And that was just precision kicking. Surgical. The Roos via Davey to right half forward. Green's on the move. Good mark just inside the boundary line. Tight angle.
And flick it off again to McCallum, who's taking in a pretty strong tackle. Flicks it off. Over to Caswell. Finds a spare teammates in Lapham.
Handball, left foot ball, inside 50. He's got a one-on-one in the goal square. Nice mark, McGuinness. Outpointed his
Pack's form as they get the kick away to Josh Green in a little bit of space. Doesn't have much to go to. Speed will try and speed his way down to that forward line. Goes to him. Kick was just a little bit too hot. Speed unleashes on goal. It's sitting. It's good by Brody Speed. That is number 4 for him. After think
Fourth and final term, moments away from getting underway here at Ninja Stadium. It has been a cracking game between Clarence and North Hobart on this mild Saturday afternoon. Round 3 action, Southern Football League Premier Men's. North Hobart hoping to go 3-0 to start the season. Clarence searching for back-to-back wins after dropping that round 1 game to Lauderdale. 14 points to the good on their home deck against a pretty good North Hobart outfit, it has to be said. So a game that has ebbed and flowed. North Hobart haven't really held the lead at any stage throughout the afternoon, but they've always been within 2 or 3 goals. And they have shown patches of dominance as well.
Started Dunstan down forward rowy.
There you go.
Positional change.
Early magnet change from Adam Bester. As we get set to get underway. Good finish coming up. Out of the middle we go. Reeves arrives first for North Hobart, but Protney grabs him. Umpire says, "I'll have it, please." James and Napley have butted heads all afternoon. James, another hit out to him. There might have been some holding on there. I think there was. Umpire spied it. It was Norton getting the free kick. So Reeves. So outside of the left boot goes Norton. It was classy as McGann marks on his chest. He can send Clarence inside 50. He'll go in the green direction as happens so often. Here's Cooney at the fall, hassled by Bricknell. Boundary line arrives and over it goes for a ball in.
You always know when you're at a Clarence or Glenorchy game because you can hear the voice of Nick McGann right down in front of us. And same with cricket as well. I mean, he just doesn't shush. Very good man is Nick. As we see another throw in, McGann winning that one down. Reeves lands in the lap of him. Spirals a high kick out in front of James. Says, "Do your best work." Through the hands of Walters, who, like we said, hasn't got a lot on him. Breen, long kick inside forward 50. Green, the fly. Ball bobbles out to the back. Richmond sells the candy. Glover, right foot snap will drift and drift and drift and drift to the top of goal, and will be a minor score going to the Roos.
In from fullback. Reeves has some space. He marks and he even takes a bounce. Goes short to James. Marks on his chest in front of Napley. He's got Divine now by hand. To the middle of the ground go North Hobart. Some risk attachment. Boulder was, well, he was good enough until he fell over. Got the hand up to James eventually, and they live to fight another day to the Demons. Off half back they come. Ball is good from Bingham to Yates. Inside 50 now. Kilpatrick's got 2 to beat. He won't be able to do that, because Harper was good enough to stand his ground and take a good defensive mark. Now he stabs the pass to Norton, who's had it on a string this afternoon. Neat little ball now to Bush. He's got room to move. Decides to go for a gallop and kick to half forward. Well-weighted kick too. McGann, a couple of their big boys getting involved. Down now towards the teeth of goal. Getting across really well was Walker. Had to track it back nervously. Did so well to McGuinness, and he was able to find Bricknell in the back pocket. So they survived to the Demons. Bricknell's just hemmed in a little bit here. Something to move for him up ahead. Eventually the smother comes, and they're not out of jail yet here, the Demons. Divine's over it. It stays in. Or they will get out of dodge here because a high free kick has been paid. It will go the way of the Demons.
Coming back to that kick, going inside forward 50 for the D's. They had to just hold off for a couple of more seconds. You saw that 2-on-1 as the kick is quite dicey to McGuinness. Speed will pick this one up. Flicks it off to Harper. Running him nearly down was Volter. Harper with a stabbing kick intended for Jared Harper. So the two Harpers combine. One early into his Clarence Roos career. One in the twilight of it. Jared Harper, he's played here, there and everywhere in the midfield. Played down back. Still will never forget a goal he kicked here against Kingborough right on the arc of 50. Went about 60 metres with the wind carrying it. As we see Harper line up this one right on the arc of 50. It will drift back. Umpire doesn't even have to move. Chris Rowbottom. Harper, he gets another one. He will have 2 next to his name.
As soon as that hit his shoe, he didn't even watch it.
Sweet striker of the ball is Jared Harper, that's for sure.
He knew
Flicks it off to
the
Harper,
result as soon as that left his boot. And it was a sweet strike from right on 50. And a big, big goal as they stretched the margin out to 21. First goal of this final term is always going to be really, really important.
Must be that water that Sean Hunter's running down the boundary to get them up and running.
The secret stuff for Space Jam fans. My vintage. Up it goes. Over to you, North Hobart. What can they produce? Hacked out of the middle. It'll go the way of Clarence, but McGuinness come in and affected the contest. Glover goes in after it. Gathered it cleanly. Handball over the top. McCallum spun inside. It was classy. Inside 50 goes now Green on the charge. Couldn't quite bring it down. Devine at the ball. Now Reeves. Went the lateral handball. It was a good one in the end. Little wobbler up towards half forward. 2-on-1 contest. Wood had a couple to beat. Clarence had the numbers. Breen at the footy. Kick to right half forward. Off hand. Beautifully rode by Speed. Over to Green. His running mate. Open goal beckons. Green finishes. Pinpoint accuracy from the superstar Josh Green. And how fitting that it was set up by Brodie Speed. They have run riot in tandem up forward for Clarence this afternoon. And Josh Green kicks goal number 5. And I just wonder if that's the one that breaks the back of this North Hobart team. 14-12-96 the Roos. North Hobart 10-9-69. 6 minutes gone. Fourth and final term. Bo Downham.
Yeah, just got a little bit lost on transition did the D's. They didn't quite scurridge back as quickly as they would have liked, and costly for them. I mean, they had basically a 2-on-1 running into that goal. James and Mapley have battled well today. I think James might have just come up out on top, but here is Mapley getting the speed on him out in front of Richmond. Devine scooped the hand pass up. Harper straying, laying. As we get a little bit muddled up, we'll get it out eventually. Harper with a strong tackle. Right in the 50. Directly in front of goal. Tap down by McGann. Nearly laid in the lap of Glover. McGann. Harper. Green. Used his body well. Two Demons will try to supply some pressure on him. Push in the back. It will be to Josh Green. They've been heavy on the push in the back today. Have the umpires a couple of them more controversial than the others. So Josh Green will go for goal here. Tightest of angles. This one might just prove a hard task. But he is the champion, Josh Green. He'll just drift across the face of goal from behind.
5-2 this afternoon for Josh Green. He's won the battle with Bailey Walker convincingly, but it hasn't been for lack of trying. And now they've got another chance here to the Roos. McCallum at left half forward. Spears one inside. It's ill-directed. James gets in the right order. Handball is missed, and then the North Hobart player in Devine slipped over. Around the corner goes Cooney. They don't make them pay. Through for a minor score. So all of a sudden we're out to 29 points, a game high in this fourth and final. Clarence putting the foot on the gas. It's a beautiful kick out of full back. McLeod was ripped down in the contest. How did the umpire see that? Not too sure. Play continues. Mapley High ball inside. The green marker inside
That
the
was
lines.
out. That had
Oh,
to
I
be
think
out.
it might have been too.
That had to be out.
Now, we're a long way away, but we are very well placed on this boundary line. Josh Green gets away with one, I think.
Had to be.
In the eternal words of Brian Taylor, that was out of bounds.
I didn't want to say it. I knew you would have, though.
Green from outside the boundary line caresses the ball goalward right to the teeth. Knocked over, another minus score. So they
let off the hook.
Let off the hook, and the football gods smile upon the demons.
Yeah, we're going mental down there on the bench. The North Hobart players, it looks like they're about to throw the mouth guard or something. As they go back out, peppering the inside 50 count. McGann can size up the goals for his first of the afternoon. Nearly, it'll be behind. And they've hit the century now. Clarence have just drifted away from North Hobart. Good kick out to Dunstan, who, looking up to the ground today, I would have thought would get 50. But he's been well kept by the Roos. Kick over to Devine. Two footballers at very opposite ends of their careers. Luke Dunstan, 50 metres. He overstepped the mark, did Nick Steele. Costly decision. Ended up getting out of the way of the mark to not get another 50. So Devine will be marched up to the arc. Dunstan was lurking around the back. He might find himself going forward again. Richmond, or rather McGuinness. At the back was Bush. It'll be a ball up inside 50 for the D's.
So they need a goal here. If they're to mount a challenge, 31 points down. Yates does the ruck work. Bricknell's at the fall. Outside of the right boot, there's a whistle as he kicked it. It's going to go the way of Clarence anyway. Score won't count. Players standing around in a little bit of confusion.
Might be a kick to
Or will it be a North
Wood.
Hobart free kick? Pardon me, it is.
Big kick in the context of this game.
Well, this is huge. Is there any hope whatsoever? This needs to split the middle. Riley Wood on the runway with the left boot. Pops it through. So back to 25. And you never know. And a little slow out of the blocks in this fourth and final term.
He's only early in the quarter.
But they're away and there is time.
11 minutes 30 early, but I mean, a couple of goals have been scored, so they're probably looking at the 25, 26 minute mark at the moment. Plenty of time to potentially cut this margin down. Not going to mention the Lee Matthews theory because I think everyone knows it by now, but there is always a chance. Nathan Geeson to throw it up. Mapley and James have worked hard. 666 warning against North Hobart. I think it probably should have been against Clarence. I would have thought maybe that's what he was saying, telling James it's a 666 warning against the opposition. Paprotny tried to break through the tackle. James had him covered. He span into it. Umpire deemed no prior. Right on centre field. James spiked it out with that left hand out in front of Volta. Dunstan working into the game now. Leading out is Wood. Already kicked one. Whistle came just to tell the player to step back on the mark. Not a costly one. So Wood from 50. It will take a fair old roost. The left foot kick won't quite do it. Yates at the back. Crumbing this one is Reeves. Just hitting the woodwork. Chris Rowbottom. They're pressing though, the D's.
That was a moment. A moment that... Oh, what's happened here?
Oh,
Tell me there's another free kick out of nowhere. It is. Yates at the top of the square. I don't know what that was for. I was just putting the score down in my score sheet. So does that...
these umpires have been I'm not going to
Well, there's just been a few
rude, but
ticky-touch
yeah,
wood ones
yep.
that have just been sort of plucked out, and they've been
Yeah.
plucked out in really dangerous parts of the ground too. I'm not saying they haven't been there.
Yep.
Yates pops it through.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
So
Right.
that makes things very interesting indeed. He kicks his first, and all of a sudden, we're back to 3 goals. 14-16, 100 to 12-10, 82. So an even 18 points, the margin here. Still not too sure what that free kick was for. It
Yeah.
might have been a little bit of dissent or something. I don't know.
It definitely happened after the play, I would have thought. Interesting.
Very interesting indeed. Back in the middle. So a pulse for the Demons via a couple of fortuitous free kicks. Let's see if they get the next one. We're well and truly alive here at Ninja. Gapen rides a tackle. Another whistle. What's this for?
Oh, it's the same umpire. He's plucked him from near everywhere today, Rowie.
It's going Clarence's way.
Not saying it wasn't there as well.
And they come off half-back. Kick is no good. Bricknell gets in the road. Takes the mark. He's got Reeves. That's where he goes. It's a nice kick. Reeves marks. He wants to go. You can just tell. He's going to go by hand here. McGuinness from 50. Chips one inside. Wanted Miller. Made him work. 2-on-1. Another free kick. Some holding now.
3 calls in a minute.
So Clarence ball inside defensive 50. Pass is poked over the top now to Norton, who gets into some space. He moves things forward by 25 metres. Cooney just back of a wing, out of side. Kicks towards left half forward. Pack forms. Walker's there. McGuinness at the full. Couldn't quite trap it. They go in after it, fighting hard. It's still bobbling around. It pinballs, and it's going to be all locked up. So we'll ball up at left half forward for Clarence. We still hold a 3-goal advantage in this game, but still time. Next goal, crucial. James knocks it towards the middle of the ground. Coming off half-back was Poke. Brought it under his control. Then had Lapham. He kicks towards the outer wing. Reeves has been really good in the second half. Takes an important mark. Kicks towards half forward. Big bit of play building here. A moment. Miller into the pocket he goes. He's got a man free, but there's a free kick off the ball now. And I think that one might have been there. That'll go the way of Johnston and North Hobart. They had a set shot on goal coming up, but there was some illegal contact, and Clarence lived to fight another day.
A bit rough, but a broken clock is right twice a day, Rowie. A little bit rough on the umpire. Trying his heart out there. McGuinness couldn't quite reel it in on second attempt. Richmond holding him up, and we'll see a ball up right in front of us, commentary side. 17 minutes gone, 18-point ascendancy to the Roos, who will come out on top. You can't really split them this quarter, maybe even the game. The score will tell you differently, though. Breen. Harper back to Breen. Wasn't expecting it. Just spiraled a ball down the line. Prockerpiece nearly taking a nice mark. Got good body on his opponent. Flicked it out. Tight along the boundary is McCullum. Genuine 2-on-2. Here from the back with speed. But they're going to springboard it again. Zach Barrow hits up the teammate in Pepin. It has looked good. Pepin out to Reeves. A couple of fluoro boots combined. Sending them inside forward 50. Miller was the target. Got it there on the volley. Flicked the hand pass off. Going to goal. Won't quite get there. Yates on the lead.
Big kick this. Really big.
Matthew Yates. Div League Premier last year.
He's been a factor too, hasn't he, Yates?
Yep. He wouldn't really be usually playing in the senior team, I would have thought. I mean, maybe just the lack of players down there, but it's a big kick to cut the margin back to 12. And to get his second of the day, he makes no mistake of it. Yates gets his second, back to 12 points. we've got a ball game on our hands, Chris Rowbottom, like we've had for the whole day.
He got out to 31 points early in this fourth and final term. We're back to 2 straight kicks, and we promised a grandstand finish in this fourth and final term. It got away from us momentarily, but we're back on the rails now. 14-16, 100 Clarence. North Hobart 13-10, 88. And I must say, the fighting spirit that's been shown by the Demons, maybe a little bit of assistance from the umpires in a couple of patches, but they just have not gone away. They haven't led,
I reckon,
but they've hung around.
looking back at those free kicks, they probably were there. So they've been pretty good today, I would say.
In the middle we go. Decisive part of the game now. Big tackle laid. Norton. Scrappy kick into the congestion. Mark not paid. Volters up the ground. Missed the handball. It come out to Barrow, who's been immense off half-back all afternoon. Bouncing ball over the head of Jackman. Chance here for Bingham. Outside of the right boot. Flying shot on goal. There was a push in the back. It's going to go the way of North Hobart. And that one was there too, I reckon. Bingham had his back cannon into just before he let fly.
Yep.
And this is an enormous kick. It goes without saying that Josh Bingham, 1-1 for the afternoon, a couple last week and 4 in round 1. He knows where they are. He'll kick from about 45 metres out. No real angle to speak of. This to make it 1 straight kick. Josh Bingham on the approach. Steely concentration. Let's fly. Was always missing to the near side. A big chance goes begging for the Demons. A minor score only.
Baxter Norton out of fullback. High ranking kick. Barrow sat underneath it. McGann equally up to the task. Sets it out in front of McCallum. They need some dash here, Clarence. One more goal will nearly steer them home. Paprotny. Kick in front of us in commentary position. Walker did well. Tapped it onto himself. 3 bites of it. Sets it out in front of Bricknell. Did well to spin out of the tackle. Paprotny. It's hot in the kitchen. McGann sending them forward. Harper was the target. Did well, Volter on the body. McGuinness spilt at the crucial second. Harper. Green's lurked out the back. They'll get it to him. And it's going to be a free kick. Advantage to Clarence. They'll waltz into the open goal. Cooney will get it. Quite a day for Dan Cooney. He's got his first. And again, that one was a good call. The umpire, you don't have to get every single one right. So they have been good when it matters, Rowie.
Yeah, that one was there. It was a late-ish whistle, and everybody sort of stopped as the advantage was eventually taken. But
a couple of experienced guys out there, Nathan Geeson, Mark Tuckett.
Yep.
They've been good today, the men and women in yellow. That one just puts them back a little bit now, North Hobart.
Yep, valuable, very valuable breathing space. Back out to 17. So that makes it 3 kicks. Back in the middle we go. Here's Dunstan trying to break a tackle.
He just nearly got rid of it in the nick of time as well. A bit stiff.
Yeah,
so be feeling
another quick whistle from the umpire.
Hot on it.
They go. James and Mapley. Mapley takes it. James takes him. Knocked up again. So getting deep into this fourth and final term now. Time well and truly a factor for the Demons. James just tries to go for territory. He's holding off the ball to go the way of Caswell. That one was there for Protney. Hands it back. They've got to go here. The Demons. Off half back they go. Green gets a hand in. He's been magnificent all day. Now he's lending a hand up the ground. Knocked it towards Norton. It was brilliant. And his little ball around the corner was very good as well. So over the top it comes to Cooney, who moves it down the line. Happy to just play some possession footy for Protney. Centre wing, out of side. He'll lay the shoe in to half forward. Fly from 2 deep. Came from Cooney. And over it goes. In fact, it didn't stay in the field of play. So this will be a North Hobart kick. Barrow, who's been impressive this afternoon. Will he go short or go down the line? He's going to go for distance off the hands of Mapley. Paprotny over the back. Gathered cleanly. Comes back to Harper. He's been pretty good also in defence. And they're just going to hold on to it here. The Roos. A little lateral ball is good. Possession footy, the order of the day.
So Bush, right at half back. It's a long raking kick down the line. Nice mark by James there to go quickly. In the middle to Devine. Nice set up and go here, but only as far as Harper. The spare in defence for the Roos. The beauty about North Hobart free kick. Oh, not too sure what it was for, but trust that they're got better vision than us. So Josh Bingham has another chance
He's
to.
been about 4 of those today.
Josh Bingham will chip it to Dunstan. So the recruit has an opportunity.
He's going to pass it off. Slews off the side of
It's
the boot.
not great. It's not a great kick at all by Luke Dunstan. He would have thought with his experience would have chose maybe a better option. Green just buying some time here are the Roos. They'll be treading water for the last couple of minutes as he just tumble punts the ball into the centre square. Glover, speed in a one-on-one with McLeod, goes in that direction, spiralling ball. McLeod, the front runner, hand passes it off. Breen lands in a lap of Volta. It'll be a ball up.
Going to be very, very difficult now for the Demons. 25 and a half gone. 17 points down. It's been sensational footy from Clarence this afternoon. Volta has gone up the grounds to try and make something happen. Ends up with Gapin. Inside forward 50 now. Speed, who's been magnificent also, handballs it over his head. Harper shrugs one. Left foot ball, Harper. The dagger from the veteran. And what a game he's played this afternoon. 3 goals, 3, including the match winner. And that'll be all she wrote from here at Ninja. 16-16, 1-12 Clarence. North Hobart 13-11-89. They held on, and they held on for grim death, did the Demons. But Clarence are going to be too strong here on their home deck, Bowdown.
Yeah, good call, Rowie. I mean, it's been tight for the whole day. The biggest lead might have been 29 points. In the end, they did well to cut it back, but ultimately won't do much to help them out here. Green's been influential, so is Speed. Mapley in the ruck as well. Wins that one down. Reeves, spinning kick out of the stoppage. Another clearance for him. That's what he can do. Wood, nifty tap down to Volta. Banana kick was not that great from Anthony Volta. He really, don't think he realised he had a couple of people on the goal line.
I reckon you're spot on there.
He had to just chip it. I think, Rowie, he tried to stab at it, kick it over the top of those two on the last line. So Jackman to send it out wide. McGann or Richmond, take your pick. Umpire called play on both of them. Had a fair chunk of it. Walters, who's been well, he'd be getting cold out there. Not much on him. But Paprotny, ever so swift is Paprotny. McCallum nearly ran too far. Bounced, didn't quite sit up for him. Ran in the divine tackle. And it's a high free kick. That was right in front of us. It's a good call from Mark Tucker. The good thing about local footy is you don't know how long he's left. So I don't reckon there is too much time left.
No.
A couple of goals this quarter, though, so
22 points the margin. Nice mark, McGann. 28 gone, 4th and final. Over the top he goes. Mapley battled really hard in the ruck. A little stab. Oh, as Glover just spews the beans late, maybe some fatigue. setting in deep into this final term.
I was prepared for him to say that landed inside the field of play, Rowie.
Again out of the ruck. High ball towards goal. Can they get some cream on top of the cake here? The Clarence Roos. Cooney sees it out. Deep in attack. Getting dark here at Bellerive.
Turn the lights on.
Still a women's fixture to come following this game. And Clarence lead by 22. Walker does the ruck work. Can Green get a sixth? Reeves has been really good for North Hobart today as well. Here's Miller. Eventually brings it under his spell. Tries to slice the kick out wide to Lapham. Still fighting really hard. McCullum on hands and knees. Out to James. Tumbles one forward. Johnston. Green. Comes inside. Left foot ball. The shoelaces of Glover. Now Reeves again. There's the siren. Exceptional win from Clarence. 22 points to the good, the Roos. They make it 2-1 for season 2025. North Hobart, the vanquished. They tried valiantly, diligently all afternoon, did the Demons, and never took the lead. They were always thereabouts. They had a couple of chances late, but Clarence stood firm on their home ground to make it back-to-back wins in this season. Terrific game of footy in the end. A little bit of heat throughout, some spite, good skill level, some class, and the big stars put on a show for us here at Ninja. The goal kickers, well, it was Josh Green, a 5-pack for him. Brody Speed was excellent for Clarence with 4. 3 goals to Jared Harper, 2 to Richmond, 1 to Cooney, and 1 to James Glover. Well, for North Hobart, Sam Caswell started with a bang. 3 goals in the first term. 2 goals to Matty Yates and to Jack Miller. Singles to Dunstan, Wood, Sulzberger, Bingham and Reeves, who was excellent throughout the afternoon for the red and the blue. So Clarence got a 2-1 on the season. North Hobart's first blemish of season 2025. They too are now 2-1 on the season. Clarence's next task is Brighton, right here at Ninja. North Hobart will face Lauderdale at North Hobart Oval. That'll be a cracking affair as well. Your thoughts, Bo Downham? Give us your votes if you're off the top of your head. I can help you out if you like.
Yeah, I think we all know who the 3 goes to in Joshy Green. He was a very influential player. Norton out of the midfield was very good. And I reckon Brody Speed rounding it out. I mean, hard to split everyone's today. I mean, if you could give a vote to every single player from both teams, you would, because I thought everyone tried. I mean, North Hobart looked pretty flat and defeated, but there's nothing to be defeated about on their side. I mean, they've stood up when it counted. Coach Grant Fagan will be quite happy with that. Luke Dunstan didn't have quite the impact we thought he would, but all around, it was quite a good game.
Yeah, it's been one of the impressive things from both of these teams at the start of this season, the even spread of contributors. I don't think they had anyone out there that can't say that they didn't get involved today. I think I agree with your votes, though. Green was excellent, set the tone with 5 goals. Brody Speed was everywhere with 4. And Norton through the midfield was pretty good also. That's about all from us, I think, Bowie. We might wrap it up from here at Ninja. For the men's at least, you're going to take over and have a crack at the women's in just a few moments' time. But we'll leave the men's there, where Clarence has defeated North Hobart by 22 points to go 2-1 on the season. North Hobart 2-1 on their season as well. Their first loss of season 2025. An entertaining and pulsating fixture. Clarence get the chocolates. We're going to leave you with Bo Downham. But the women's game coming up very, very shortly. Bye for now.